It's time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket Total Sports 1380. Arkansas Travelers Baseball is brought to you by Miller Lite, ITT Technical Institute, Coca-Cola, Sonic Drive-In, BC Powder, and by Allstate Insurance. And now for the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Let's go to the ballpark.
Live from Little Rock, Arkansas, the Arkansas Travelers are on the air. Hello again, everybody. This is Phil Elson. Welcome to Raywinder Field, where tonight Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present your Arkansas Travelers and the Midland RockHounds, Game 2 of a 4-game series. Hi, and thanks for tuning in. A lovely evening here in Little Rock, and we're live tonight on the ticket Total Sports 1380, as well as the Travs website, www.travs.com. Arkansas picking up a game in the Texas League East standings, now 2.5 ahead of the Wichita Wranglers and 4 ahead of Tulsa, as the Travs pulled out their 4th consecutive victory yesterday. The first game of an 8-game homestand. Travs sent the home fans happy with an 8-5 victory over the RockHounds. Mike Elward broke a 4-all tie in the 5th with his first home run of the season. A 2-run shot to left field off relief pitcher Sean Saunier, who absorbed the loss. Tommy Murphy added a solo homer in the 8th inning, and Jeff Mathis added an RBI double in the 7th inning, and Travs able to pull up that victory by 3 runs. Tim Bittner picked up the win. It'll be his 3rd of the season, though scattered 9 hits and a couple walks over 7 innings. Bittner allowed 4 runs to pick up the victory. Jonathan Rowenhurst earned his 2nd save of the year by stranding 2 runners on base in the 9th. And it was a pretty tight game up until the 5th inning. The Travs able to break it out a little bit on Elward's 2-for-4 night. He scored a couple of runs, and Nick Gorneau also scored 2 runs to lead. Now Nick Gorneau leading the Texas League, scoring 29 runs on the season. That'll tell you what's going on with the Travs right now, as the Travs have now scored more runs than any team in the Texas League, and 168. The Travs' .323 batting average also tops in the Texas League by 42 points over the number 2 team. San Antonio comes in batting .281. And here are the Travs here in Little Rock, in a city in which they love to hit in. The Travs hit .356 in 8 games at Raywinder Field, 62 runs over 8 games at home. So this team just loves to hit at Raywinder, and tonight they're going to be battling against a former Arkansas Razorback starting pitcher. Mike Oquist is back at Double-A after spending last year in the Independent Atlantic League. Oquist trying to revive his pitching career after shoulder injuries sapped him of the 2002 season. Of course, Oquist pitched for the Razorbacks back in the late 80s, helped them get to the College World Series in 87 and 1989. Oquist is 36 years old, is pitching in Double-A baseball for the first time since 1991. Been around for a while, and of course, Oquist pitched in 133 major league games, mostly with the Oakland Athletics, with a 25-31 big league record, so a chance to come out and see former big league pitcher Mike Oquist and former Razorback take the mound. And the Travs will be opposing him with righty Rich Fisher, who's really struggled his last couple of times out. Fisher's record is 2-3 and a .927 ERA. Has allowed 15 runs on 20 base hits in his last 2 starts, covering just 7 in the 3rd inning. So a very big start here for Fisher tonight. Thanks for tuning in on the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. A reminder that ITT Tech is committed to helping students develop the skills and knowledge to pursue opportunities in technological fields such as computer electronics and engineering. At ITT Tech, you can learn specialized techniques in a hands-on environment that helps you reach your potential. Get a hold of ITT Tech in Little Rock at area code 501-565-5550 or go online to itt-tech.edu. An update on the Texas League standings and on yesterday's Texas League action when we come back after this break on the ticket Total Sports 1380.
I am a lead technician and work in quality control for a small electronics company. I supervise 4 technicians daily and direct the testing and calibration of products.
Matthew O'Mullane earned a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Automated Manufacturing Technology in 2002 and a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Electronics Engineering Technology in 2003 from the ITT Tech in Indianapolis, Indiana.
ITT Tech has allowed me to get to where I eventually want to go.
Call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web at itt-tech.edu. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future.
Emergency hotline. Can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir. What's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir. Stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Ed and I sell soft drinks at ball games, and he first told me about BC powder.
We carry big trays and drinks up and down stadium staff. Man, it's killer.
And with a backache, that tray feels heavier and heavier.
And the stairs are tough on your knees.
One night I was dragging, and the game wasn't half over.
I told Brian he needs the BC to stop the pain fast, because it goes to work quick.
BC stopped the pain, got me right back to work.
BC goes down easy with a soft drink, but don't tell the boss, okay?
BC, pain relief at the speed of powder. Use as directed. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. KDXE, North Little Rock.
Welcome back to Raymonders Field. Phil Elson with you on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. Crabs coming into today's action with a record of 17-9. That ranks as the second best record in the Texas League. Tops in the East Division by 2.5 games over the Wichita Wranglers. The Wranglers were defeated last night by the San Antonio Mission 6-4 in the first game of a 4-game set. Mission third baseman Greg Dobbs knocked in a tying run and scored the winner in a 2-run rally in the 8th inning. The Missions dropped the Wranglers to 2.5 games in back of the Crabs. Dustin DeLucci singled and scored on Dobbs' third double of the ballgame. San Antonio left fielder Greg Jacobs then singled off Bill Keppinger to drive in the winning run. Jacobs, leading the Texas League with a .420 batting average, finished the game 2 for 3. Tim Rawl allowed a run in 2 relief innings, picked up his first win of the season, and Rick Tormson went 2 in the 9th for the save. The Missions remain 2 games on back of Round Rock as the Express picked up a 2-1 victory against the Tulsa Drillers at the Dell Diamond yesterday. Round Rock second baseman Dave Matrango knocked in a run in the 3rd and 5th innings, which was enough for Express starter Wandy Rodriguez in the Round Rock bullpen. Rodriguez, in winning his 3rd game of the year, limited the Drillers to 1 run on 6 hits with 3 walks over 6 1/3 innings, while Santiago Ramirez earned his 8th save with 2 scoreless innings of 1-hit baseball. The Drillers have dropped 5 of 7 ball games and fall to 3 games in back of Arkansas. 2 last-place teams battling it out yesterday. Dr. Pepper 7-up ballpark, and Frisco came out on top 3-2 over the El Paso Diablos. Edgar Gonzalez tied the game with an 8th inning 2-run double and scored on a wild pitch as Frisco ended a 3-game losing streak. Diablos starting pitcher Lance Cormier handed his bullpen a 2-0 lead after 7 shutout innings of 2 hits, 1 walk, 10 strikeout domination. Jeremy Ward, however, retired just 1 batter and allowed 4 hits and 3 runs to suffer the loss. Frisco's Bill Sylvester got his 2nd win with 2 shutout innings from the pen, while Frank Francisco stranded the tying run on base for his 6th save of the season. The Diablos with a Texas League worst record at 8-19 and Frisco at 9-17. 8 games off the pace in the Texas League East. Full slate of games today in the Texas League. It'll be Round Rock hosting Tulsa at the Dell Diamond. Good pitching matchup there. Lefty Jeff Francis looking for his 4th win for the Drillers against Round Rock's Ezekiel Estacio. Wichita and San Antonio at both stadiums today. Brian Bass making his first start for the Wranglers against Troy Tate. And El Paso and Frisco as Dr. Pepper 7-up. Adriano Rosario, the 19-year-old phenom of the Diablos, takes on Sam Narron, who's 2-0 for Frisco. We'll be updating you on those scores as well as the scores from the major leagues on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard continuously throughout our game today. Right now, we'll take a break here on this lovely evening on the ITT Tech pregame show. We will return with a chat with Travs manager Ty Boykin right after this on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
What's up, Sprite Remix niggas? Your man the Trick, and I'm bringing you that remix, man. Down south flavor. Taste it.
I like that taste, but Swiss Beats is gonna give y'all a different flavor. East Coast style, check it out. Sprite Remix, they're doing it again with brand new Sprite Remix Very Clear. Out with tropical flavor, in with the crisp taste of berry. New Sprite Remix Very Clear. Rethink, remix, refresh.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Drive into Sonic today for our new Chicken Club wrap made with grilled all-white meat chicken, crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, and juicy ripe tomato, with shredded cheese and light ranch dressing. And for those counting carbs, it's now available with our new carb-friendly tortilla. Either way you order it, it's a fresh new way to get more taste. Sonic's new Chicken Club wrap. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Synonymous. Words alike in significance and meaning, like summer and baseball, baseball and Ray Winter Field, Ray Winter Field and hot dogs and Coca-Cola. Yes, Coke is joining the Travs All-Star lineup this summer right alongside the future Anaheim Angels wearing the Travelers uniform. Enjoy the best value in family entertainment in Central Arkansas. Ray Winter Field, the Arkansas Travelers, and Coke. 3 summer classics. Call 664-1555 or visit our website at travs.com.
Welcome back to the Travs ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Arkansas looking for their 5th consecutive victory. Longest winning streak of the season thus far is 4. And have a chance to talk with Travs manager Tyrone Boykin this evening. Ty, nice to speak with you again on the pregame show. Yesterday, another wild game. A lot of offense again for the Travs. This time it was Mike Elwood and Tommy Murphy with the big base hits. Elwood has been hitting ever since he came off the disabled list, and I'm not sure if a lot of fans know all that much about Mike Elwood. He plays third base, he plays first base, but he's really been very consistent at the plate since he came off the DL. What do you like about Mike Elwood, Ty?
Well, I had Mike Elwood in A-ball when I was in Cedar Rapids, and I could see that he had a pretty good feel for hitting. He could, almost like a Kayaspo, where, when he swings the bat, a lot of times he makes contact, but he's a guy that can drive the ball. He can hit the ball out of the park. He can go the other way. He can pull the ball. He can do a number of different things at the plate. He's not a one-dimensional player. I mean, the only thing that he can't do is run. He's not quick on his feet by no means, but he does have a good feel for hitting. Like you said, he does play a couple positions, and actually he's been working in the outfield a little bit. So he can play first, he can play third, and play a little bit of outfield. But, the thing that really impresses me is the fact that, he was hurt, and when he started playing and DHing, he just picked up where he left off in spring training. I mean, he works very hard every day. He's in the cage all the time. He's always talking with our hitting coach, watching video, and studying his swings, to improve it. So he's definitely one of the guys that we have that is very well prepared when the game starts. He knows what he wants to do. He knows how to make adjustments, and he does it. He swings the bat pretty well.
He's swinging. I'm glad you brought that up about how much he studies his swing, because it really does seem to be, I'm no hitting coach or anything, but it looks to be a pretty mechanically sound swing. It looks like it's been refined a lot and that it's been worked on a lot. So he's really day to day just trying to refine that craft, correct?
Yes, I mean, he knows that he doesn't have the swing that you would call a traditional type swing. I mean, he's kind of a little bit of a knob leading type swing, but he does know how to get the barrel to the baseball, and that's what it's all about. I mean, nobody's going to hit the same, but he knows how to get the barrel to the baseball, and that's what counts.
Paul, when you say leading the knob to the baseball, what do you mean by that?
Well, it's almost like an inside-out type swing where, you teach your young hitters to take the knob to the ball, which is another word or another statement for just staying inside the baseball. A lot of people don't know what staying inside the baseball is, but as long as my hands are inside the baseball, I'm fine. And that's the kind of swing he has, kind of an inside-out type swing where if you really watch him, you would think he's trying to hit the ball the other way all the time, but he's not.
I saw something yesterday with the Midland RockHounds putting on an exaggerated infield shift for Casey Kochman, and yet it looked like he was able to, like you say, stay inside the ball and punch it through shortstop. If you were to be managing against a team that Casey is playing, would you put that shift on him as well? And for fans that are listening, this is like the Barry Bonds shift in which the shortstop is playing behind second base, and they give pretty much the entire third base line.
Well, it depends on how you're going to pitch the guy. I mean, Casey is not a poor hitter. He's a guy that goes all over the place. He's had doubles on the left field line. He hits a lot of balls in the left center gap. I mean, if you're going to pitch him inside, you put the shift on him. But if you're just going to pitch him, middle away, then you can't put the shift on. I mean, he's not a guy that looks to pull the ball. He hits the ball where it's pitched. I mean, if I was on the defensive side of him, I would just play him straight up, and take my chances that way. I wouldn't put the shift on him because he could very easily drive a ball to left field.
Yesterday, temper seemed to flare just a little bit when Casey had to hit the deck after avoiding a pitch. and was hit the next time up. And I thought that it was more the way that they were pitching him because they had that shift on, and it looked like they were trying to pitch him inside. And I noticed in the newspaper you didn't think that they were intentionally throwing at him. But why did the temper seem to get a little bit flared when you see a guy get hit by a pitch like that?
Oh, no, it's just one thing where if a guy gets buzzed a little bit, and the next thing you know, you hear some guys on the defense in the dugout, chirping, saying little things. And, I mean, that wasn't the case yesterday. I didn't hear anything at least, but I'm just saying that's how things get started a lot. You see a guy get knocked down, and next thing you know, there's a comment made from the bullpen or the dugout, and it just kind of gets guys riled up. I mean, I don't think anything was intentional yesterday. I think they're just trying to come inside, get him off the plate or whatever. But and then after McCurdy hit the home run, I think Mathis may have said a few words to him in regards to running around the bases or whatever. So now next thing you know, the benches have to be worn and all that kind of stuff. But I mean that's baseball. I mean tempers are going to flare up, guys are going to get heated, and things are going to happen. But for me, there's no place in baseball for just throwing at somebody. I mean you can seriously get hurt, but I don't think anything yesterday was intentional.
Guy today on the mound for the Travs, Rich Fisher, and Rich has had two very difficult starts in a row. He's not been able to make it past the fourth inning. What do you think has been Rich's main problem up there on the mound? We know he's got good stuff. We know he's a terrific athlete. I know that he performs pretty well in his bullpen sessions, but how come he has not been able to perform like that out on the pitcher's mound during the game?
I think it's confidence. I mean, confidence goes a long way. He doesn't have much confidence, and we're just trying to get him to regain some confidence and get the fight back in his eyes. I mean, when you're struggling, whether it's offensively or pitching or throwing or whatever, the confidence goes away. You don't have any confidence in your pitches. You don't have any confidence in being able to get anybody out. And right now, he's at that level to where he thinks that everything he throws up there is hit. And, when that happens, I mean, it's a tough uphill battle to regain confidence and regain the fight and to keep working, keep battling. That's what we're trying to get him to do is just, you got to battle, you got to work through it. I mean, giving up is the easiest thing to do. But if you fight and just get out there and battle every day, sooner or later things are going to turn around. And that's where we are with him right now.
All right, finally, after 2 days off from the road trip, you missed West Texas, even 1 out?
No, I don't. I love being back here in Arkansas. It's a great thing to play in front of your home fans and to be at home, sleep in your own bed, be in your own office, and just, be able to do your normal routine knowing you're at home.
All right, thanks very much. Have a great game today.
Thank you, Phil.
We'll come right back after this with the starting lineup here on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mat, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers. He joined the Air Force in 1964 and served in Vietnam. He commanded forces in the far corners of the globe. Rising through the ranks, he served as a 3-star general at the Pentagon. You'd think 30 years of distinguished service would be plenty. But if you're Norman G. Leasy, Lieutenant General, retired United States Air Force, that's just the beginning. Today, he's pursuing a new career as Walmart's Vice President of National Government Relations. Norm's journey took him near and far, through Asia, Scandinavia, Europe, the Middle East, and Webster University, where he earned a master's degree that served him well in his career. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
For more information about graduate degrees from Webster University of Little Rock, visit them on the web at webster.edu or call them 800-828-2598.
Here come the Travs out to the field at Ray Winder in Little Rock. Second game of an 8-game homestand here at Ray Winder Field. The Shell Kissin' Family Weekend on Friday and Saturday night. Still plenty of time to pick up your discount tickets at any Shell station in Central Arkansas. Those tickets will get you in for just $3 tonight and tomorrow Games will start at 7:10. The gates opening at 6:10. Travs.com for more information online, or dial us up at 501-664-1555. Phil Elson here with you. We're just about set for the first pitch of the ball game. Rich Fisher heading out to the mound, along with the Sonic Field of Dreams team. And let's get you those starting lineups for today's game. We'll begin with the visiting Midland RockHounds, a record of 10 wins against 16 losses. The RockHounds managed by Webster Garrison. Freddie Bynum leads off. He'll play center field today for Midland with the number 2 hitter Jason Perry in right field. Hitting third is the catcher John Baker. Mark Kean. The back cleanup, he'll be at third base. Hitting fifth for the RockHounds, their left fielder John Weber. Steve Jackson batting in the sixth hole is at first base. Ryan Sellier is tonight's designated hitter. He's batting in the seventh spot. Midland second baseman John McCurdy hits eighth. And rounding out the starting nine is the shortstop Francis Gomez. And we'll give you the lineup for the Arkansas Travelers in just a second. A couple of the kids from the Sonic Field of Dreams don't want to leave the field. Who blames them? Looks like Tommy Murphy was trying to let them know that, hey, look, all your other teammates are walking off the field. I think you're supposed to as well. And trying to say it as nicely as you can in order to let the kids know you have a game that you have to start. Those kids didn't want to leave the field. Then again, who would? Here's the lineup for the Arkansas Travelers with a record of 17 wins and 9 losses. 2.5 games ahead of second place Wichita and 4 in front of Tulsa. Alberto Callaspo will lead off tonight. He'll be the designated hitter. Batting second is Travs center fielder Tommy Murphy. Casey Kotzman hits in the 3-hole. He'll be at first base. Dallas McPherson doing the cleanup is at third base. Hitting fifth, Travs right fielder Nick Gorneau. And batting in the sixth spot, the catcher Jeff Mathis, who before today's game was given his award as the Angels Defensive Player of the Month in the minor league. Congratulations to Jeff for that very prestigious honor. It'll be Jason Espino batting seventh. He'll be in left field. Rudy Gomez getting the start at second base tonight. Gomez batting eighth. Casey Smith will bat ninth. And Casey is at shortstop. Starting pitchers for tonight's action. A couple of right-handers. First for the RockHounds. 36-year-old former Razorback Mike Oquist takes the hill. It'll be his 4th appearance of the year. No wins and a loss and a .675 earned run average. Oquist trying to scratch his way back to the major leagues after a shoulder injury took him out for the entire 2002 season. Pitched last year in independent baseball and back in affiliated ball this year. Made his last major league appearance in 1999 with Oakland. Meanwhile, for the Travs, out on the hill, right-hander Rich Fisher, who dropped 3 of his 5 starts this year, 2 wins, 3 losses, and a .927 ERA. It's been a very rough go of it the last 3 weeks for Rich Fisher, allowing 19 runs in 3 starts. First pitch of the game to Freddie Bynum, a called strike on the outside corner. First pitch today thrown at 7:12, and the game time temperature at 85 degrees with wind from the south at 10 miles an hour. Pretty calm night here in Little Rock. The 0-1 to Freddie is bounced over the mound and into center field, and Freddie Bynum collects a base hit to start the game. A lot of times it takes one base hit against Fisher, and then sometimes the bottom starts to drop out. Fisher allows a base hit on the first man he faces, and now Jason Perry will step in from the left side. Fisher will be facing a lineup that is bent steadily towards left-handers. Only 3 righties out of the 9 men he faces, so 6 southpaws, including Perry. Perry sat out of yesterday's game. He hits .217 with a homer and 6 RBIs. Fisher is allowing a batting average against him .374, 37 base hits. Actually 38 base hits now on Bynum's signal. In just over 22 innings. He'll throw a fastball for a strike to Perry in the count 0-1. Last time on the hill, Fisher was roughed up for 9 runs and a 16-5 series opening loss to El Paso. That was the last game the Travs were defeated. 0-1 on Perry. The infielder will look to turn a double play. Bynum takes a good lead at first. Here's a pitch grounded over the mound towards shortstop. Smith, a nice play to get it to the second baseman. And Gomez with a relay to first for a double play. 6-4-3 to rack him up, and Fisher erases that leadoff single by Bynum. 2 outs and the base is empty for John Baker. Just judging by the numbers at Double-A, Fisher is going to allow his share of base hits. So he will need to get a couple of double plays. Certainly has the sinker and the ability to get a lot of ground balls to turn to. It was nice to see him come right back to retire Perry on the 6-4-3. Hopefully that'll help Rich's confidence to get out of the first inning without a run, but he's going to have to get it out here on Baker, who steps in. Very dangerous batter from the left side. 309 hitter, 4 homers to lead the RockHounds. And he'll take the first pitch down low for a ball. Behind Fisher tonight, the Travs defensively have Espedo in left, Murphy in center, Gorneau in right. They shade for Baker to pull the ball slightly to right field. McPherson at third, Smith at short, Gomez at second, and Kochman at first base. Jeff Mathis, tonight's Travs catcher. Baker fouls the 1-0 outside of third base, out of place. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on John Baker. With 5 trips to the plate yesterday, knocked in a run with a double, also hit into a spectacular double play. Turned by first baseman Casey Kochman, Alberto Caiazo, and Tim Bittner. Swing and a miss, nice off-speed breaking ball. Fisher had Baker ahead of that pitch. And the count is 1-2. Rich has struck out 17 hitters in 23 innings and 7 bases on balls. He has allowed more homers than any pitcher in the league at 6. The 1-2 to Baker, and he swings and fouls off another slow breaking ball. Still 1-2. Not a bad pitch at all by Rich Fisher. Usually comes with a sinking fastball. Also a slider and a changeup. Occasionally, we've seen Rich mix in a slow curveball. It looks like that's what he was just throwing to Baker. Hands over the head, wind up Fisher with the 1-2 pitch, and it's fly to left field. Jason Espedo with a beat on it, drifting towards the foul line and left. Jason will make the catch. And Rich Fisher gets out of the first inning, only allowing a leadoff single, but a double play and a flyout. Get him out of the inning, sending us to the bottom of the first at Ray Winder Field. And no score. Travs coming to the plate for the first time here on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn. Become an organ donor. Give hope.
Jackie Robinson was the first African American to play Major League Baseball. While breaking baseball's color barrier, he faced angry crowds in every stadium. While playing one day in his home stadium in Brooklyn, he committed an error. His own fans began to ridicule him. He stood at second base, humiliated, while the fans yelled. Then shortstop Pee Wee Reese came over and stood next to him. He put his arm around Jackie Robinson and faced the crowd. Robinson later said that arm around his shoulder saved his career. I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the church at Rock Creek. Today, take a minute to encourage a friend. It may make their day.
For more information about Rock Creek, look on the web at churchatrockcreek.org. The Church at Rock Creek. It's not just church. It's life.
Travs baseball returning to the airwaves here this evening on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. Programming note will be on the air again tomorrow at 6:50 as the Travs and RockHounds battle in Game 3 of the series. Discount tickets, of course, available at Central Arkansas Shell Station. And the first 700 paid fans to the gates tomorrow receive a free Shreveport Swamp Dragons baseball cap, compliments of Shell and the now defunct Shreveport Swamp Dragons. Phil Elson with you at the ballpark. So glad to have you with us on a picture-perfect spring evening in Central Arkansas. We'll get to the bottom of the first inning here. It'll be Alberto Caiazo, Tommy Murphy, and Casey Kochman. They'll be hitting against the elder statesman of the Texas League this year, Mike Oquist. Oquist, who started his professional career as a 13th round selection of the Baltimore Orioles in the 1989 draft, of course, selected out of the University of Arkansas. Oquist made it up to the major leagues after only 4 professional seasons with Baltimore. Made it to the majors with Baltimore, also pitched 8 games for San Diego. Most of his big league time spent with Oakland from 97 through 99. First pitch, a strike to Cayaspo on the outside corner. Alberto batting left-handed, hitting at 296 with a homer and 12 RBIs. He's a DH today, so we'll have to worry about shortstop if he takes Oquist's slow breaking ball for a ball, 1-1. Oquist is not an overpowering pitcher. He relies on know-how, knowledge of the strike zone, changing speed, moving inside and out. The 1-1. Slow breaking ball in there for a strike. Boy, that pitch just floats up to the plate. 1-2. Oquist spent last year with the Somerset Patriots in the Independent Atlantic League, compiling a 3-6 record, mostly out of the bullpen. Cayaspo takes ball 2 outside. 2-2. Mike re-signed by the Athletics before this season began. 2-2 pitch. Cayaspo pitched to the shallow left field. John Weber charging and diving, and the ball is past him. A base hit for Cayaspo. He digs for second. Weber gets the throw into second, and Cayaspo slides in with a double. The second baseman, John McCurdy, had a step about 3 feet behind second base to field that throw from Weber. Otherwise, a good throw had Cayaspo dead to right, but instead he collects his first double of the year. Alberto led the Midwest League with 37 doubles in 2003. It took him 27 games to collect his first double of the 2004 season. He certainly will take it. And Cayaspo's average up to a little bit over 300 now. Travs threatening already in the first against Oakville. The Travs have scored in 8 of 9 first innings. The first one is taken for a strike by Tommy Murphy. Murphy yesterday cracked his 3rd home run of the season. A shot that almost made it onto the interstate. Deep to right field. Hit about 4 or 5 chain lengths shy of getting over the fence and onto I-630. 0-1 on Murphy. He's batting left-handed. He'll take a breaking ball outside. 1-1. I mentioned Oakwood was re-signed by the Athletics. That was the last team that he pitched in the major leagues with. Back in 1999 with the A's, he went 9-10. Did help them to an American League West Division crown. Oakwood trying the outside corner with a breaking ball, and Murphy takes ball 2. No score in the bottom of the first inning at Ray Winder Field. The Travs on a 4-game winning streak, looking for their third 5-game winner of the year. Murphy working on a 2-1 count, nobody out. Huge gap to the hole at short. And another curve ball from Oakwood outside, ball 3. Oakwood missed the 2002 season. He was diagnosed with shoulder issues halfway through the 2001 campaign with the Edmonton Trappers. And missed the second half of the 2001 season, so pretty much missed an year and a half. Murphy, a line shot towards right. That's going to hit the fence. Cayaspo had to wait to see if the ball would be caught. He'll only get third base. Murphy stays at first as the right fielder Perry played the ball perfectly. So Murphy ripped one off the right field fence, can only make a single out of it. And Cayaspo could not score from second. No reason to be over-aggressive on the bases, especially since Perry played that ball off the fence as perfectly as you can at this park. And especially with Casey Cochran coming to the plate in the first inning. Cochran, who's on a 9-game hitting streak, is on a different and maybe even more impressive streak. In the last 8 ball games, Cochran has reached base in the first inning each time. 7 hits, been hit by a pitch once, 4 doubles and 4 RBIs, and that's all in first inning at bat. Including yesterday when he gave the Travs a 1-0 lead with an RBI single. Runners at the corners, nobody out, and the first pitch to Cochran. He waits on it, slaps it in the air to second, and a leaping catch by John McCurdy for the out. And Cochran, although he hit the ball pretty well, is retired in the first inning for the first time in over a week. Both base runners very aware that McCurdy had a good chance to leap and catch that ball, so Murphy and Cayaspo did not stray very far from the bases. And so Dallas McPherson steps to the plate after Kochman lines out. McPherson last night 1 for 5 with a strikeout. Did stretch his on-base streak to 15 games. Left-handed hitter. He'll swing at a pitch and sky it down the left field line. That might not be deep enough to score Kyle, but Weber camping under it down in left field, and he dropped the ball in the bullpen. A tough play for Weber, who had to hustle over to the foul fence and reach out at the last second, about a foot in front of the fence. And Weber unable to bring that ball in. Again, it looked like Kayaspo might have not really had a good chance to tag up on that. McPherson got it only 30 to 40 feet into the outfield. So McPherson has an 0-1 count to work with. A .304 batting average for Dallas, 2 homers, 17 RBIs. Gorno leading the team with 19 ribbies. Kochman and Murphy tied for second with 18 RBIs, and then McPherson. 0-1 the count. Oquist, the right-hander. McPherson, the lefty, waits patiently. Long pause. Now Oquist's fastball is hit on the ground through the right side of the infield. Kayaspo scores. It's 1-0 Trap. Murphy goes first to third. And McPherson puts the Traps ahead with his 18th RBI of the year. So once again, the Traps strike in the first inning. For the 9th time in 10 games, the Traps get on board in the first. And McPherson knocks in his 18th run. Now men at the corners for Nick Gorno. Right now, this is more the same of what Oquist has been doing recently. He's had a very rough 2 outings in a row, allowing 8 runs combined in 7 1/3 innings. 11 hits, 2 homers. It can be a very long, tough road back for major leaguers, as Oquist will step off the rubber and look towards first base. The runners didn't buy it. Gorno batting from the right side at .333. Team leading 4 homers, 19 RBIs. He'll swing at a breaking ball and pop it on top of the first base roof. Oquist going back to that curveball again, and it does not seem to be a very sharp, heavy curveball, more of a rolling, slow curve that could act as a changeup. But Oquist won't be getting the fastball much higher than the mid-80s. 0-1 to Gorno. Infield, the double play depth, and he'll wait on a slider and take it inside. 1-1. Gorno is the only Trav to lead an offensive category in the Texas League so far. He's scored more runs than any Texas League hitter, 29 times. He's also in the league leading categories in slugging percentage and on base percentage. The 1-1, high on inside, ball 2. Trav leading 1-0 in the bottom of the first on an RBI single by Dallas McPherson. Trav will look to pile it on heavy and early against Mike Oquist. Hasn't made it out of the 5th inning this year. 2 balls and a strike on Gorno. And Oquist with that high curveball, and it is belted deep center field. Bynum going back to the warning track, and he leaps to make the catch at the fence and drops the ball. They're going to say that he held on. Scoring from third base is Murphy, but McPherson is doubled off at first. That'll end the inning. A very wacky play in which Bynum scratched his back against the center field fence when he made the catch. The ball popped out 1 second later, so the umpires ruled that Bynum made that catch. The run will score, so it will be 2-0 Trav as we get into the second inning here at the Ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-tank trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend specialist just what you need to take a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to visit historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles. From luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations. Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 1319 Pike Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages for more information. Go your own way with the National Car Rental.
I'm 71.
I'm 65. I'm 68.
I'm 53. I'm 70. I'm 47. and we've all had a heart attack. A heart attack can happen at any age. In fact, heart disease is the #1 killer of women. It's important that you learn the warning signs because women experience very different symptoms than men. I'm 57. I'm 49. I'm 38. Baptist Health, Arkansas's premier heart care leader, is working to increase awareness of heart disease and its symptoms and to let you know what you can do to prevent it, like paying attention to your diet, watching your blood pressure, and regular exercise. With a little effort on your part, you have the potential to add years to your life. For a free brochure about heart disease, call 1-888-BAPTIST or visit our website at baptist-health.com. Baptist Health, all our best.
Travs baseball returns to the airwaves here on the Ticket Total Sports 1380 after one inning of play. The Travelers lead the Midland RockHounds 2-0. Phil Elson here with you on this perfect spring early evening in Little Rock. Fans continue to pour in. We do have a pretty large crowd tonight. No excuses for not coming out to the ballpark this weekend. Perfect weather, discount tickets at Shell stations, a first-place team that scores a lot of runs, and ice-cold Miller Lite in the concession stand. Rich Fisher taking the mound for his second inning of work, and for the second consecutive day, we have to wait for the RockHounds to get a coach out at first base. And they do send that coach down there. It's actually not a coach, it's Mark Kiger, who's sitting the bench today after playing shortstop yesterday. Mark Teahan hits the first pitch of the second inning, deep to left center field. Jason Espedo with the beat on it at the warning track. And Jason makes the catch in front of the fence for the first out of the second inning. So a deep fly ball by Teahan, but one away. Base is empty for John Weber. One pitch, one out for Rich Fisher. Fisher in his 5th season out of Riverside, California. A 21st round pick of the Angels in the 2000 draft. He's one of the few Travs to remain from the 2002 Travs team. Of course, had a lot of struggles that season, but Fisher was one of the bright points of the end of that season, coming up from Rancho Cucamonga, displaying a lot of talent and promise as he gets the breaking ball over the plate to Weber for a strike. Weber, a left-handed hitter, hitting .295 with 3 homers and 9 RBIs. Came darn close to his 4th homer yesterday, flying out to the track in right field. And he'll take a pitch downstairs, 1-1 from Fisher. When Fisher joined the Travs in 2002, he had been at one of the top pitchers in the California League for the first 3 months of that season as he bucked Weber high and tight with a hard fastball, 2 balls and a strike. Rich went 1-3 in 7 starts. Tired a little bit towards the end of the season, but had a couple of gangbuster starts in which he displayed a hard fastball, tight slider, and good command. Line drive by Weber to center. Back on the ball, Tommy Murphy, and he makes the catch for the second out. Tommy had to reach across his body at the last second, still learning to handle those liners hit right to him. And again, line drive hit right to his center fielder are much tougher than if they have an angle on the ball and have to head to the gap. 2 away. Steve Jackson stands in. 2-0 Travs on the top of the second inning. 2003 was expected to be a breakout season of sorts for Fish, but that did not materialize. He ended up with only 5 victories and 11 losses. A first pitch strike at the knees to Jackson and the count 0-1. Jackson hitting .333 with a homer and 5 RBIs. Yesterday 1 for 4 with a strikeout and a single off the right field fence. The 0-1, he's out in front of it. Little looper towards shallow left field. Murphy and Espedo converge. And from left field, Espedo makes the catch. And Fisher pitches a perfect second inning with 3 outs by way of the fly ball. Going into the bottom of the second in Little Rock, the Travelers leading the RockHounds 2-0. Back after this on the Ticket Total Sports 1380.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winter Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, lizards tackle, peas and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Now in lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking, not the other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
Traveler catcher Jeff Mathis will lead off the second inning for the Arkansas Travelers, leading the RockHounds 2-0 at Ray Winter Field. 6, 7, and 8 batters due to hit against Oakwood. Travs got 3 hits on Oakwood out of the 5 men that came to the plate. Guys hit the ball pretty hard off of him. Kochman and Gorneau were the only batters retired, and they hit some pretty hard liners. First pitch to Mathis in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Travs, the Travs starting catcher Mathis hitting .329 with a couple of homers and 16 RBIs. Right-handed hitter, Oakwood right-handed too. Throws that curveball, it hangs in the air and driven high, deep to left, but ballpark holds it. Sean Weber, way in front of the fence, will make the catch, and there's one away. Mathis, before the game today, was awarded the Angels Organizational Award for the Defensive Player of the Month. Angels, of course, hold Mathis's defensive abilities in very high regard, probably more so than even his offensive skill, and award him with their Organizational Defensive Player of the Month. So congratulations to Jeff. Jason Espino tries to hold back after a curveball, but he follows through for a strike. So says the crew chief, A.J. Wendell, who's umpiring his third today. First base ump is Jason Stein. Rodney Galloway calls the out and the balls and strikes today. Breaking ball inside to Espino, 1-1. Espino, a left-handed hitter at .303 with a batting average, 3 homers, all against Tulsa. 13 RBIs. One away, base is empty, and he'll take Oakwood's curve inside off the catcher's miss, ball 2. Travs seem to have a very strong platoon working in left field between Espino and Carlos Duncan, with Jason, of course, the left-handed of that tandem. The 2-1, and Espino takes it for a strike on the outside corner on a fastball, 2-2. Carlos Duncan is hitting very well right now, 9 for his last 19, 3 RBIs over the last 4 games. And Espino with another Trav hitting over 300 as he takes ball 3 in the dirt. Jason did not play yesterday, coming off the series against El Paso, where he was 4 for 13 with 3 RBIs. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Espino. Oakwood lines and delivers a high breaking ball, and that sends Espino to first base on the walk. Oakwood continues to lead that curveball either high in the strike zone or out of the strike zone altogether. And again, it's a very slow-moving curveball that doesn't seem to have a sharp break to it. It looks like Oakwood uses that curveball more or less as a change-up pitch. I think he's going to get a batter in front of it just because it's much slower and his body seems to be coming in faster. Throws that same pitch in the first pitch to Rudy Gomez and gets Rudy to pop it up in back of shortstop where Francis Gomez is waiting for the second out. So it worked on Gomez as he pops up that little curve. Speedo still at first base, and Casey Smith stands in. Casey Smith is the number 9 batter for the Travelers, hitting .241, the lowest on the team roster with no homers and 8 RBIs. At first base, Speedo, 2 outs, 2-0 Arkansas in the second, and Smith takes a high fastball. Casey makes his 5th start of the season at shortstop today with Kyle as the DH. Casey, of course, more of a regular second baseman, but he's played pretty much short. He'll take a change ball only topping out in the mid-80s. That changeup is his most effective pitch. Can't afford to walk a lot of batters because it seems he's going to allow his share of base hits. Toss over to first base to check on Speedo, and he gets in there. You have to admire Mike Oquist for fighting back after what could have been a very easy decision to retire. 1-1, soft liner to shallow left, and Casey Smith with a base hit to left field. Speedo stops at second base. Smith with his Trav's 4th hit off Oquist. Back to the top of the Arkansas order for Alberto Callasco. And Oquist has something he could go back home to. In Wink, Colorado, his family owns a plumbing business in which Mike has been tending to during each off-season, so it's not like he wouldn't have a job waiting for him, but Mike apparently still feels he's got some outs left in that right arm. And at 36 years old, no spring chicken. First pitch to Callasco, nice one for a strike to the knees. Alberto doubled and scored in the first inning. It's a 2-0 Trav lead, and Callasco looks to add to it. So Oakwood started that comeback in independent baseball. The 0-1 to Callasco downstairs, 1-1. Independent ball is where a lot of careers simply end. And while you hear about the occasional success story of somebody making it out of the independent leagues into the majors, such as Jeff Zimmerman, the Texas Rangers, as a pitch in the dirt to Callasco, 2-1. There's plenty of other stories of major leaguers trying to fight back to get to the top of the heap once again, and only stalling further in the independent league, which turned out to be a bit of a depressing scene. 2-1 to Callasco outside, ball 3. I've heard independent baseball and classified sometimes as a sort of purgatory, because you're not yet retired, although you've got one foot out of the game for the most part. But yet you're still between the lines, playing indie ball. Runners going on the 3-1, and Callasco hits it on the ground to the second baseman McCurdy. Flip to first base will end the inning. Travs leave a couple of runners stranded on the bases in the second. Still lead 2-0 over the RockHounds. We go to the third here on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Recently, a leading consumer magazine did a report on retirement planning, and one of the things they recommend you do is to reshop your old life insurance policy and see if you can save serious money. Term Busters can help you reshop your old policy, particularly if you're 45 or older, in good health, and know the value of having $1 million or more in term life insurance coverage. Find out if you're paying too much for your existing term life insurance policy. 800-957-6066. 800-957-6066.
Listen up, guys. Here's a little dirty talk for you. As an average American, you have somewhere between 5 to 25 pounds of compacted waste and toxins built up in your body, much of it due to poor diet and lack of exercise. What does this mean for you? It means you could be at a significantly increased risk of developing a chronic disease, or worse. If this concerns you, there's help. It's called Purinol. Purinol is a two-step system that takes only seconds a day and could significantly increase your chance of avoiding any number of illnesses. In just 5 days, Purinol will cleanse your body of excess waste, toxins, and bacteria that have built up in your system as a result of poor diet and lack of exercise. Even better, with the Purinol system, you'll see easier weight loss, increased energy, and a more vital life. Purinol will also help boost your immune system, further guarding from sickness for years to come.
Call now, 1-800-480-0567, and try Purinol absolutely risk-free for 30 days. 1-800-480-0567. 1-800-480-0567.
Rolling along into the top of the third at Ray Winter Field, and twilight starting to settle into central Arkansas. Travs leading the Midland RockHounds 2-0. This is Phil Elson with you on the ticket, Total Sports 1380. Don't forget about our Sunday afternoon game here at Ray Winter starting at 2 o'clock. We'll have the ITT Technical Institute pregame show at 1:40. Academy Sports and Outdoors presents the day game on Sunday with discount tickets at Academy Sports and Outdoors in West Little Rock. There will be a kids clinic on the field presented by Academy and Nike starting at 12:45. That's Sunday at Ray Winter Field. Brian Sellier leads off for the RockHounds, and Fisher offers up a strike on the first pitch. 0-1 on Sellier, who's left-handed. The DH today. Last night, Sellier 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, so he did score after being hit by a pitch. Fisher, right-hander, into the stretch, and the pitch is hit high down the left field line, slicing foul, and out of play. It ends up hitting the foul fence and bouncing away from Jason Esposito, so Fisher ahead in the count, 0-2. John McCurdy awaits on deck, and then Francis Gomez. Sellier continuing some pretty severe struggles after going hitless yesterday. His batting average dropping down to .250. Just a couple of weeks ago, Sellier was hitting .356 for Midland. A very rough series against the Travs in which he only collected 2 hits in 16 at-bats, sent him way down. He gets ahead of one and slides it to center. Tommy Murphy with room in front of the warning track. Tommy makes the catch, and there's one away. So Fisher seems pretty comfortable right now. He's retired the last 6 batters in a row, although most of them on fly balls, and Fisher is a ground ball pitcher. In fact, the last 5 outs recorded by way of the fly ball. 1 hit to the track. And sometimes that can be a bit of a warning sign if batters are getting some air out of the ball and hitting them deep towards the outfield. Sooner or later, you always feel that you're going to get one out. Hopefully that's not the case. John McCurdy got one out yesterday, his 3rd home run of the season. Big right-handed hitter, showed some real power against Tim Bittner. He'll take ball 1 inside. Bittner started yesterday's 5th inning by hitting Sellier with a pitch. Question of maybe retaliation for Casey Constance being hit by a pitch. But McCurdy was the on-deck hitter, and he sent the very next pitch Bittner through over the left center field fence as he'll take a strike here, 1-1. McCurdy hit the ball right towards the Miller Light sign at left center field. One of the toughest places to hit a home run at Ray Winter Field, and yet McCurdy had no doubt that that ball was out. 1-1, and Fisher loses control of it, hits the dirt way in front and outside of the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Travelers 2, RockHounds nothing in the top of the 3rd. The Travs scoring the first run for the 17th time. Pardon me, the 20th time, I should say. The pitch is lined into right field, a base hit for McCurdy. A 1-out single to bring up Francis Gomez. Yes, the Travs have now scored the first run in 20 ball games, winning 17 of them. So this is a Travs team that gets ahead early and usually holds the lead, although yesterday they did have an early lead and still had to break a tie in the 5th inning. The second base hit for the Midland RockHounds brings up Francis Gomez. A young shortstop with a little bit of power potential as he'll take a pitch inside for a ball. Gomez lifted at 6'1", 165 pounds. Looks to weigh a little bit more than that. And that typical wiry body. Long muscles. Here's the 1-0. High and inside, ball 2. Gomez also displaying a little bit of flair when he takes a pitch. Sort of posing as the ball is caught by the catcher. A sort of special kind of flair that only comes from Latino and Hispanic players. Timeout called by Gomez as he wipes something out of his eye. He's hitting .222 with 2 homers and 7 runs batted in. Gomez is 22 years old, out of La Romana in the Dominican Republic. A 2-0 count from Fisher, 1 away. His pitch from the stretch is called for strike 1, right down the middle. 2 balls and a strike on Gomez. Francis rode the bench yesterday as Mark Kiger started at short. Reached base 4 times. Gomez, a much younger and inexperienced shortstop. Possibly a bigger upside than Kiger. 2 balls, 1 strike, and Fisher's delivery is a slider downstairs. Gomez with a pretty sharp eye on that pitch. He's ahead in the count 3-1. Fisher hasn't walked a batter yet today. 7 on the season in 24 innings. 3 balls, 1 strike. The infield, the double play depth. Fisher kicks and delivers. The runner goes, and the pitch is fouled at home plate. That'll run the count full. So Webster Garrison playing some aggressive baseball. Putting the runner in motion on a 3-1 count. See if he sends McCurdy again on 3-2. Fisher getting the sign from Jeff Mathis. Jeff will set up right down the middle. Fisher's pitch inside, ball 4. The runner wasn't going, but McCurdy gets second base anyway. Fisher has allowed a couple of base runners in a row, and it brings up Freddie Bynum. Bynum started the game with a single past the pitcher's mound into center. Then he was forced out at second base as part of a 6-4-3 double play. Fisher induced off the bat of Jason Perry. Before Bynum sees the pitch, Jeff Mathis will relay signals to his infielders. With men at first and second and 1 out, the RockHounds have the opportunity to get a little cute on the bases. And with Bynum at the plate, that also opens up a few options here. Bynum has knocked in 8 runs this season. Steps in left-handed. And Fisher from the stretch, his pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Jeff Mathis, ball 1. Bynum might come up here pretty patient. Fisher is known for struggling with men on base. Going from the windups, he's okay, but when he's got men on base, his problems multiply. A nice pitch on the 1-0. Sharp slider for a strike, 1-1, but I don't think that was the pitch that Mathis called. Jeff quickly heads out to the pitcher's mound to get the sign straightened out with Rich Fisher. Casey Smith will come over from shortstop to add a word as well. Fisher leaves Mathis, who jogs behind the plate now. Rich drops that rosin bag. Takes a look at his situation. John McCurdy at second base. He had a 1-out single. Francis Gomez at first after the walk. Count on Freddie Bynum is 1-1. Travs protecting a 2-run lead. Pitch to Freddie, sent high and foul down the left field line, ending up in the Southwest Airlines picnic terrace. Strike 2 to Freddie. Lights are taking their effect now here in Little Rock. Right now is probably the toughest time of the night to see the baseball. Haven't taken their full effect yet. The 1-2 pitch swung on, line drive, right field, a base hit. Nick Gorneau hustling over. He cuts it off. 1 run will score. Gomez holds up at third base. Into second is Bynum with an RBI double. RockHounds now with a Runner at second and third. They have the tying and go-ahead runs in scoring position against Rich Fisher. And Bynum 2 for 2 for his 9th RBI of the season. So Fisher's struggles continue with men on base. His batting average against with runners on base almost .395. Jason Perry stands in, and the Travs bring the infield halfway up. Tying run at third base. Perry takes one of the dirt. Ball one. In the first inning, Fisher got Perry to round a shortstop to start a 6-4-3 double play. No chance for a conventional double play here. Fisher could use a pop out or a strikeout. The 1-0. Curveball, nice pitch. Strike one called at the knees. 1-1 to Perry. Perry playing in his 16th game, yet he's only knocked in 6 runs this year. One ball, one strike, and Fisher's pitch is high and outside. Just missed with that fastball for a count of 2-1. Travs infielders take a separate 2 back now. It will be very difficult to throw out either Gomez or Bynum at the plate. Most of them have pretty good wheel. He's 2-1, and Perry takes a strike on the inside corner. Fisher able to drop that slider in for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jason Perry. Boy, Fisher could really use a strikeout. Hasn't whipped a batter yet today. But what does he go for on the strikeout? It seems he's more comfortable with his breaking pitches. Perry calls timeout and steps out of the box. Travs led 2-0 entering the third inning, but the RockHounds cut it to a 1-run lead quickly. And now a chance to tie to take the lead. The 2-2 is fouled away on the right side. Nice play by one of our fans who brought his glove to the first base first row, reaching over and bringing it in. Fisher went to that breaking ball on the 2-2 pitch. Now has another one coming up shortly. First base is open, 1 away. And Fisher's delivery is low. That'll run the count full. This tried the fastball on the second 2-2 count. You hope for Rich's confidence he's able to get this batter out here. 4 hitters reaching in a row. Might make things a little bit easier for the RockHounds simply on Rich's confidence level. This pitch sent in the head of center. Murphy going back on it. This will tie the ball game. He'll make the catch and throw to the infield. Gomez will score to tie the game. Bynum replaces him at third base. So Fisher unable to get that strikeout, so he does record the second out of the inning. The sacrifice fly ties the game at 2. Perry knocks in his 7th run of the year. And now the go-ahead run at third base for John Baker. Perry got a good swing on that pitch. Produced a hard line drive right to Murphy. These RockHounds are getting good swing. First pitch to Baker, low and inside on the slider, ball 1. Baker flied to left in the first inning. Didn't really get a good swing at a pitch. Fisher having problems here in the third, allowing 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. The 1-0, the left-handed hitting Baker, a breaking ball for a strike, 1-1. Rich able to throw that for a first strike, but he still has not been able to strike anybody out. One ball, 1 strike on John Baker. Fisher's pitch, ball 2, high and away. Rich seems to be the kind of pitcher who should be a power pitcher, striking men out, overpowering them, and with the ability to get a strikeout when he needs one, such as in the situation of Perry hitting. 2-1 to Baker. Fisher kicks his fastball fouled away. Strike 2. Apparently Baker likes pitches high in the strike zone because that's what he went after. RockHounds and Travs tied at 2 in the top of the third inning. Baker and Fisher battling here with 2 outs. Fisher into the glove. And the pitch in the dirt, ball 3. That time Mathis had to scoot over to the right. Fisher going full on the third batter out of the last 4 he's faced. All of them have reached, with the exception of Perry, who hit a sac fly to center. Here's Fisher's payoff, bringing a grounder into the first base seat. Rich came with a pitch that he is most confident in. His breaking ball. Rich not showing a lot of confidence in the fastball. Still having trouble locating it. It's flattening out and coming down the middle. 3-2 pitch again, and this is in the dirt for ball 4. Rich went back to the slider, and Baker takes it. Second walk of the inning for Fisher, and it will bring out a visit from the pitching coach, Hernan Ronan. Fisher didn't have many troubles in the first 2 innings. It was just a leadoff single. But he retired 5 batters in a row until he got into the third. Set down Sellier on a flyout to center, but then McCurdy singled to right. Fisher issued Gomez a walk. Bynum doubled to right field, bringing home McCurdy. And Terry sack fly to center brought in a tying run. And Fisher continues to struggle here in the third after the walk to Baker, now facing Mark Teahan. The Travs will get the bullpen ready right now. They're not wasting any time. Willie Collazo got out of the Travs dugout, walked down the right field line, and starts to throw in the bullpen. So a warning sign to Rich Fisher by the Travs coaching staff here in the third. And they'd be ready to take him out if he continues to scuffle. The pressure is on Rich Fisher, but that's pressure coming from himself and coming from a coaching staff which is fairly laid back and try to let the athletes handle their own problems. The line drive, base hit, the first pitch for Mark Teahan ends up with the RockHounds leading 3-2. Well, Teahan ripped a base hit to right, and 3-run rally for the RockHounds erases a 2-0 Travs lead and puts the Hounds ahead by 1. Teahan knocks in his 20th of the season to lead Midland. He had homered yesterday. Each game, it seems that Fisher just has one of these strings in 1 or 2 innings where he just cannot seem to get a batter out. And the problems just pile on top of each other. John Weber takes inside ball 1. 3 runs have scored in the third inning. Weber looking to bring in another run with men at first and second. Weber got a good pitch to hit in the second, lining out to center fielder Murphy. 1-0 on Weber. Left-handed batter swings and yanks one deep to right field. That one is back, and it is gone. And the Midland RockHounds have rallied for 6 runs in the third inning on Rich Fisher. Three-run home run for John Weber, his 4th of the season. 6-2 Midland. And once again, Rich Fisher has melted down. Steve Jackson is the 9th batter to come to the plate here in the third. Fisher might not make it out of the third inning. And that would be 3 starts in a row, not making it past the 4th. Jackson fly to left field in the second. He'll take a pitch down the middle for a strike. The home run allowed by Fisher is league leading 7th allowed this season. One ahead of Round Rock's DJ Holton. The 0-1 to Jackson, and he takes the breaking ball outside, ball one. Collazo still loosening in the Travs bullpen. Fisher hanging by a thread here in the third. The 1-1. Slider grounded towards third base. Off the line, McPherson scoops it up and fires across. And that'll finally end this rally for the RockHounds. In the third inning, they scored 6 runs on 4 base hits, 1 homer, no errors, and nobody left on. 6-2 Midland. Bottom of the third coming up on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Quatney Chevrolet is driving down prices and payments. 04 Malibu, 0 down and just $198 a month. $35 a month puts you in the driver's seat of a brand new Chevy Silverado. Discounts up to $10,000, rebates up to $5,000, and financing as low as 0% at Quatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Drive away in a Chevy Colorado for 0 down and only $198 a month. Trailblazer just $298 a month. Only at Quatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. An American Revolution. Restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
Now that the baseball season is here, moms everywhere begin scouting for a cool, delicious recipe that won't take extra innings to make, like Del Monte's Spring Pasta Salad. Simply combine 8 ounces of cooked Bible pasta, 1 can of Del Monte's seasoned green beans, 1 can of Del Monte's peas and carrots, plus a cup of cherry tomato halves tossed with Caesar dressing, and you've got a quick score. Del Monte steps up to the plate with simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that.
Look for Del Monte vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansas.
Welcome back to Ray Winder Field. The Midland RockHounds just completing a 6-run rally in the third, capped on a 3-run homer by John Weber. 6 runs on 5 base hits for the Midland RockHounds. The Travs had 2 runs on 4 hits. Here in the bottom of the third inning, the Travs send Tommy Murphy to lead off against Mike Oakwind. Phil Elson here with you on the broadcast tonight. So glad to have you with us. A reminder that all Travs information, merchandise, history, statistics, and the broadcast available online at www.travs.com. Travs are in town up until this coming Thursday at Ray Winder Field. Discount tickets for tonight and tomorrow's game at the Central Arkansas Shell Station. Those tickets get you in for only $3, and $2 more get you into the box seat, the closest seat in the Texas League to any field. Murphy leading off the third inning, takes the pitch outside for ball one. Murphy singled to right field off the fence in the first inning and scored on Gorneau's sacrifice. Hopewith from the windup and that big curveball in there for strike one. We'll have a look at the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard this inning. In the Major Leagues and the Texas League. 1-1 to Murph, swing and a miss on a curve. Strike two. In the National League, one final score, the Cubs blank the Colorado Rockies 11-0 on 2 base hits. 2-hit shutout tossed by Carlos Zambrano, who struck out 5 batters, did not issue a walk. Zambrano earned his 3rd win of the year. Murphy almost hit by a pitch, had to scoot away from one in the dirt, ball 2. Sean Estes suffered the loss, dropping to 4-2, allowing 9 runs on 7 hits and 5 walks in 2 2/3. No homers in that ball game, though Corey Patterson did knock home 4 runs, 3 of them on a bases clearing double. The 2-2 to Murphy is outside, ball 3. So the Cubs winning that ball game put a little pressure on the Houston Astros. Finished off the sweep of the Pirates. Currently the Astros lead Atlanta 4-1 in the 6th inning. Jeff Kent has hit his 6th homer of the year. Murphy, a line drive and a diving catch at first by Steve Jackson. Nice grab. Robbing Murphy of a base hit. One headed to the hole at second, but Jackson didn't think so. One away here in the third inning, and Casey Cochran standing in. D.D. Drew hitting his fourth home run for Atlanta. Braves are 2.5 games off the pace in the East Division behind division-leading Florida. Cochran swings a little number to the left side of the pitcher's mound. Oakwith off the mound. Throws to first base to Nell Cochran, who's now 0 for 2. Casey had a huge swing, and boy, was he ahead of that curveball. So he hit the ball off the very tip of the bat, sort of a cue ball, that ended up on the left side of the pitcher's mound. 2 outs, bases empty for McPherson. Speaking of the Marlins, Mike Lowell with a pair of solo home runs. The Marlins ahead of San Diego 2-1. That's in the 7th inning. San Francisco ahead of Cincinnati 6-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Pedro Feliz hit his 4th home run of the season. Hitting behind Barry Bonds. Not a very easy job. McPherson takes ball 1 outside. Bonds already in that game. 2 walks. Feliz with a 3-run jack. Dallas takes a curve. That's low and outside 2-0. Dallas an RBI single in the first inning. Was doubled off. First base on Gourneau's sac fly to center. 6-2 Midland. Here in the bottom of the third, McPherson takes a curve called strike 1. Milwaukee put a 4 spot on the Mets in the third inning and lead New York 4-2 at Shea. Keith Skinner and Lyle Overbear, pair of former Texas Leaguers with home runs. Outside of McPherson, 3 balls and a strike. St. Louis trails Montreal 4-1 on the top of the 8th. Termel Sledge and Brad Wilkerson hitting homers. Oakwith lines up in the 3-1, swinging a grounder on the right side of the mound. Now McCurdy charges in from second. The ball rolls up his arm, and McPherson safe at first base. Charge and error to John McCurdy. McCurdy has been a very unsteady second baseman in professional baseball. He just committed his RockHound high, 9th error of the year. Hopefully that opens up the door for Nick Gourneau to help bring the Travs back a little here, trailing 6-2. Gourneau knocked in his 20th of the season with a sac fly in the first, and he's way in front of that big curveball and swinging him in. Strike 1. McPherson at first base, the infield playing for an out at second. 0-1 on Gourneau. Oakwith ready. The pitch swung on and fouled back. Another off-speed pitch. That one a straight changeup. Had Gourneau leaning out in front of the plate. 0-2 to Nick Gourneau, who enters the game with a hit in 14 of his last 15. 19 RBIs over that stretch and a .403 batting average, including 4 homers, all hit at Ray Winder. 0-2, and Oakwith throws to first. It looked like Gourneau got all of the baseball in the first inning, but he flied out deep to the track. Freddie Bynum made a spectacular catch, leaping up against the fence to rob Gourneau of extra bases. 0-2, and Oakwith with a changeup high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. With Oakwith leading in the count like this is sort of a pitcher like his dream. So many off-speed pitches, and another one here. Pops Gourneau up. First base foul territory, up against the fence. Jackson makes the catch. And that'll end the Travs' third inning. Only 1 man reaches base in the third on an error by the second baseman. So the Travs go hitless and scoreless in the third, leaving a runner on base. Heading into the fourth at Ray Winder, the RockHounds are on top 6-2. This is the Ticket Total Sports 1380.
Take and Check is the Great American Barbecue House. featuring rib dinners, barbecue sandwiches, gourmet sandwiches, catfish, burgers, choice steaks, country fried steak, chicken, and more. Your whole family will enjoy Pig and Chick. There's a kids menu for the little ones, and now for those watching those carbs, Pig and Chick features a low-carb menu with the same great taste Pig and Chick is famous for. Dine in or carry out. For large groups and parties, Pig and Chick caters too. Pig and Chick, 7824 Highway 107 in Sherwood. Open 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
Hit a home run with your family tonight. Whether you're planning a meal before the game or snacks for the game, remember to include milk, cheese, and yogurt in the game plan. 3 servings a day of dairy is the right amount to help keep your body healthy. It's easy. Just look for the 3-a-day logo on your favorite calcium-rich dairy foods at your local retailer. For more information, including recipes and coupons, visit www.3aday.org. Have you had your 3 a day today? The power of cheese.
Get out today and hit the links. Stone Lake. Stone Lake's golf course is rated as one of the best public courses in the state. Sporting beautiful bent grass greens, plus lush fairways and tees. Stone Lakes has matured over the past 3 years into a true test of golf. Stone Lake features reasonable green speed and 18 lake-style holes located 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road. Call 945-0945 for Stone Lake or visit online at stonelakes.net.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket. Total Sports 1380, KDXE, North Little Rock.
Rich Fisher remains in the ball game to come back for the top of the 4th inning at Ray Winder Field. As nightfall settles in, and remains very comfortable out at the ballpark as well. Boy, what a perfect 2 nights here in Little Rock for baseball. Couldn't ask for anything better. No rain, not even a single ounce of chance of rain. 78 degrees currently. 6-mile-an-hour wind. Very calm night. 6-2, Midland leading. Fisher's first pitch of the 4th to Brian Sellier is ripped into right field for a base hit. The RockHounds collected 4 hits to score 6 runs in the 3rd inning. So that's now 5 hits out of the last 10 batters Rich Fisher has faced. Rich had retired 5 of the first 6 men he faced. Actually, 6 of the first 7 went down. But all the warning signs pointed to Midland jumping out pretty quickly because they were flying out deep to the warning track. A couple of times, balls were hit towards the fence, very close to the fence. The RockHounds were getting good swings and making heavy contact, but were making out. Sooner or later, they'd break through. McCurdy takes low and in, ball 1. Willie Collazo no longer warming up in the right field bullpen. Collazo had been getting ready throughout the second half of the 3rd inning when Fisher allowed the 6 runs. 1-0, long pause by Fisher and his fastball in there for a strike 1-1. Rich's last start, he didn't make it out of the 4th inning, allowing 9 runs on 10 hits and 3 1/3. Took a 16-5 loss. That was the most lopsided loss of the season for the Travelers. Highest output of hits and runs scored by an opponent. 1-1 to McCurdy. Infield is double play depth, and here's a ground ball, double play ball to the shortstop. Smith to Gomez, 1 out, and the relay in time will rack him up for 2. So Fisher gets his second double play of the game. And hopefully that will help him get out of the 4th inning. Number 9 hitter for the RockHounds, Francis Gomez, steps in now. He took a walk in the 3rd inning and scored on the sac fly from Jason Perry. First pitch on the way, and Gomez will take low and away, ball 1. Chicago Southwest Airlines scoreboard in the American League, bottom of the 8th. Royals put up a 4th spot over the Boston Red Sox and lead in the bottom of the 8th, 6-2. Strike to Gomez on the inside corner, 1-1. White Sox and Blue Jays tied at 4 in the top of the 8th inning. Former Razorback Eric Hinske hit his 4th homer. Orlando Hudson with his 3rd. White Sox catcher Miguel Olivo knocked his 3rd homer. Broken back ground to third base, picked up by McPherson. Toss across the diamond is in time, and that'll end the 4th. So Fisher gives up a leadoff single in the fourth inning, but a double play and a ground out get him out of the inning and send us to the bottom half of the fourth. Midland 6, Arkansas 2. This is the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Meet Bob, the carpenter. He's smart, he's a pro, and he wants the best for his family. What does he do? Join the union. Bob knows that a union carpenter maximizes his earning power, gets family insurance, and a pension plan he can count on. Plus, a union carpenter has access to union training, learning new skills, and advancing his career. Carpenters, pile drivers, floor layers, and millwrights. Join now and start enjoying the benefits. Call the Arkansas Regional Council of Carpenters at 501-568-2500 for more information.
What's up, Sprite Remix drinkers? Jermaine the Trick, and I'm bringing you that remix, man. Down south flavor. Taste this.
I like that taste, but Swift Speakers gonna give y'all a different flavor. East Coast now, check it out. Sprite Remix, they're doing it again with brand new Sprite Remix Very Clear. Out with tropical flavor, in with the crisp taste of berry. New Sprite Remix Very Clear. Rethink, remix, refresh.
It's baseball season again. Listen to the sounds of Arkansas Travelers baseball.
Ball stopped on the ground of the shortstop. Beck gets it. He goes to second for one out. Duncan to first. Whack him up. A double play. Deep drive. Right field. Way back. You gotta get out of here. And that, folks, is a game-winning homer. The Travelers win the game.
Sound like fun? Arkansas Travelers baseball. Call 664-1555 or log on to Travs.com.
6-2 score with Midland ahead of the Arkansas Travelers. We get to the bottom of the fourth here at Ray Winder Field. Catcher Jeff Mathis stepping up against Mike Oakwith. Oakwith settling down after a rough first inning when the Travs scored 2 runs on 3 hits in the first. Since then, only 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 man reaching on an error. And Oakwith pitching into the fourth inning. Mathis flying to left field in the second. He's followed by Jason Espedo and Rudy Gomez. Oakwith, who's relied on a lot of breaking pitches. There was a first pitch inside, but a foul ball by Mathis on a check swing. I don't know, but umpire Rodney Galloway didn't really let us know if that was a foul ball or if it was caught or just dropped by the catcher. We'll say that was a ball in the 1-0 pitch downstairs. 2 balls, no strike. No, 1-1. Galloway never told us that was a foul ball, so there was some question to it. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Same breaking ball. Travs should be looking for that pitch, although still it's just so difficult to wait back on that high, slow breaking ball. You just want to uncoil and kill that ball and find out you're way ahead of it. The 1-2, low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Final coming out of the National League, the Dodgers blank the Pirates 4-0. 1 hitter combined on by Wilson Alvarez and Guillermo Mota. Alvarez going 7 innings, allowing the only hit for the Pirates. Fly ball by Mathis to shallow center. Freddie Bynum drifting in, calls off the infielders and makes the catch for out number 1. Mota struck out 1 batter in 2 innings. He will not earn a save. Jose Hernandez, who was released by the Pirates during the offseason, ends up hitting 2 homers in the ball game amongst his 3 base hits and knocked in 3 runs. Jason Espedo will take a curveball for strike 1. Jason walked in the second. Angels today sent John Lackey to the mound against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Lackey with wins in his last 2 starts as Espedo takes Rowan inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oakwith's pitch is outside, ball 2. Twins take on the Athletics tonight in Oakland. Johan Santana and Mark Redmond, the pitchers. Esposito takes the curve for strike 2 on the outside corner. John Lever back on the mound for the Yankees. Picks up a win in his first start in almost a year and a half. Seattle sends Ryan Franklin the mound against the pinstripe. The 2-2. Jason takes high and outside. Full count. Rudy Gomez on deck. Our score in the bottom of the 4th inning, Midland 6, Arkansas 2. Oakwood's payoff, a curveball in there for strike 3 called. First strikeout today for Mike Oakwood is his 6th of the season. It's his second out of the 4th inning. That slow arcing curveball that Esposito takes for strike 3. Jason looked pretty frustrated as he went back into the dugout. Rudy Gomez takes the first pitch strike on the inside corner. Gomez popped out to short in the 2nd inning and gets his 2nd trip to the plate here. One of only 2 Travs to be hitting under 300. Gomez hitting 297. Breaking ball inside to Rudy, 1-1. Gomez was sat out yesterday, was 2 for 9 in the Diablo series. Oakwood's 1-1 pitch is in for strike 2 on the inside corner. Rudy hit very well against Midland, going 5 for 9 with a pair of doubles and 2 RBIs. Travs need to get something going. With 2 outs and the bases empty in the 4th, the 1-2 pitch is low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right now, the difference in the game is a big 6-run rally in the 3rd inning. 2-2 pitch. Gomez swings a high fly ball, center field. Back to the fence it goes, and it is off the wall. The ball stays in play. Gomez at second. He's looking on his way to third base, and he'll get in there with a triple. The ball gets behind the third baseman, but only rolls towards the lip of the grass where Oakwood is waiting to pick it up. Gomez with a 2-out triple. The Travs' first base hit since the 2nd inning. Rudy hit the ball in the very top of the Shell outfield billboard in right center field. Still now looking for his first home run of the year, although that's Gomez's first triple and his 8th extra base hit. A runner in scoring position for Casey Smith. He singled in his 2nd inning at bat. 2 outs, Travs behind by 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Oakwood from the stretch, swing and a miss on the pitch, a curveball that Smith was in front of. 0-1. Again, Oakwood goes to that curve on the first pitch. Sooner or later, they're going to be sitting on it. The 0-1, curveball inside, 1-1. Oakwood is up there wanting the Travs to hit the ball. But he's intent on keeping them off balance, meaning they won't get many good swings. The 1-1 to Casey, downstairs, ball 2. Looks like a forkball that Oakwood tees up there. 2 balls and a strike. Casey Smith with only 8 runs batted in this season. And only 2 of them last homestand at Ray Winder. 2 balls and a strike. Another curveball inside, 3-1. Travs DH Alberto Callaspo waiting in the on-deck circle. Mike Oakwood ready at the belt, checks on Gomez, and a fastball grounded slowly towards shortstop. Gomez charges, bobbles the ball, and has to hold on. Smith will reach first on the RockHounds' 2nd error of the game. And it allows Rudy Gomez to score from third base, and the Travs get a gift run. No RBI for Casey Smith, as Gomez commits the error. Error number 2 on the season for Gomez. fielded the ball cleanly, but it just popped right out of his mitt as he was ready to make the exchange. Tossed to first base to check on Casey Smith, and he is in there safely. At the plate is Trav's DH, Alberto Callaspo. He doubled in the first and scored, grounded out in the second. 6-3 Midland. Callaspo hits a ground ball to the second base side. McCurdy into the gap to field it. Flip to first. Will end the inning. Travs get an unearned run in the fourth. 1 hit, 1 error. And 1 man stranded on the bases. We'll take our game into the 5th inning at Ray Winter Field, and the Midland RockHounds lead 6-3. This is Arkansas Travelers baseball.
Did you know that more than 95% of the population wear the wrong size shoes? Did you know that your foot grows your whole lifetime? When was the last time you had your foot measured? Wearing the wrong size shoes is the #1 cause of foot problems. Come into Top Shoes and let us measure your feet and fit you properly. If your feet hurt or you don't want your feet to hurt, come into Tops. And while you're at it, join our Tip Top Shoppers Club and receive free shoes. AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what to do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing's better, Dr. Pepper.
Chicken dancing galore here at Ray Winter Field. It's always a nice sight to see about 3,000 people clucking, waving their wings in midair and shaking their tushes as we wiggle and chicken dance on into the 5th inning, and the RockHounds lead the Travs 6-3. Travs got a run back in the 4th inning, an unearned run thanks to a fielding error by Francis Gomez. We start the 5th inning at the top of the Midland order. Freddie Bynum stands in against Rich Fisher. Bynum is 2 for 2 with an RBI double and a run scored. First pitch, a strike at the letters. Bynum showing bunt, forcing the corner infielder to charge in. We'll have a look at our Southwest Airlines Texas League scoreboard here in this inning as Fisher goes into his windup, and the 0-1. Fastball, strike called on the outside corner. 0-2. Frisco Rough Riders jump ahead of El Paso with a 4-run first inning and lead 4-0 in the second inning. Here's the 0-2 to Freddie, and he'll take it low and inside, ball 1. Wichita and San Antonio with a couple of scoreless innings at Wolf Stadium, and they've played 5 shutout innings in Round Rock. The Drillers and the Express going into the 6th with no score. 1-2 pitch to Bynum. Swing and a miss, got him on the slider, and Fisher registers his first strikeout of the game. Strikeout number 18 for the young right-hander from Riverside. Same hometown as Barry Bonds. East of Los Angeles by about an hour. Riverside used to be the home of a California League baseball team. Riverside no longer houses professional baseball, though there is a few teams in the Cal League nearby. One of them, Trav affiliate, Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. San Bernardino right next door as well. Pitch downstairs to Jason Perry. Perry bounced into a double play in the first inning, but his sacrifice fly in the third tied the game. And he'll take one off the inside corner, 2-0. Fisher back to the windup on a 2-0 count, and the right-hander deals. The fastball, good for a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jason Perry. Perry, left-handed out of Sharpsburg, Georgia. Swings at a pitch, sharp grounder to second, picked up by Gomez. Throw to first for the second out. Rudy positioned right where that ground ball ended up. Barely had to shift to his right or left as he records out number 2. John Baker to the plate next. Baker's 4 homers are now equaled by John Weber, whose 3-run blast put the RockHounds ahead by 4 2 innings ago. Baker will be victimized this season by his home ballpark. First pitch, and Baker takes a strike. Midland ballpark now has a stiff wind, pretty much always coming in from right field at 15 miles an hour at least, usually into the 20s. The 0-1. Baker takes high and inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Saw a couple of deep drives by John Baker blown back by the wind in Midland just last week. Plus, he has to deal with a power alley in right center that's 394. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Baker barely stayed in his shoes on that big swing. One ball, 2 strikes on John Baker. Fisher pitched the scoreless 4th inning. And here's the 1-2, low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So far today, just 1 string of bad luck for Fisher in the 3rd. Allowing 6 runs on 4 hits. Timeout called by Baker. He'll step out of the batter's box. Fisher steps in back of the mound, grabs the rosin, kicks some dirt away on the rubber, and gets the sign from Jeff Mathis. A 2-2 count from Fisher to John Baker. And the pitch to change up, hit up the middle and into center field. A base hit for Baker. Hustling to right center from center field, Tommy Murphy, and he gets there. Baker's 2-out single brings up Mark Sheehan. Sheehan's RBI single in the 3rd inning gave the RockHounds their first lead of the series. They had the game tied twice yesterday, never led. Sheehan blasted a homer yesterday, his 2nd. Left-handed batter takes outside ball 1. Sheehan had the hardest hit ball of any of the RockHound hitters in the first 3 innings with his deep fly to the track in left center field. It was caught by Jason Espedo. The first out of the 2nd inning, and the left-handed hitter takes ball 2 low and inside. 2-0 on Sheehan. With a runner at first, John Baker, and the RockHounds ahead by 3 runs. Fisher is ready. Big pitch here, the 2-0. Strike 1, called to the knees. Have a whole lot of smoke wafting over the ballpark. It seems like it's coming from the picnic terrace area. And out of the ballpark, you have a very heavy smell of sort of hickory smoke. Barbecue at the yard. A thick bit of smoke hanging above the pitcher's mound. This pitch driven deep right field. That one is way back and foul. A foul ball by Mark Sheehan, hooking inside the foul pole in right field. That one was a goner, no doubt. The only question is whether it would stay foul or fair. Luckily for Fisher, it was about 5 feet on the other side of the foul pole. Of course, if it would end up fair, that pole turns into a fair pole. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Sheehan. He looks comfortable at the plate today. This pitch, line drive, right field on a curveball. That'll bounce by Nick Gorneau and roll to the fence. Baker heading to third base. Garrison holding him up now at third. The throw from the outfield gets by the infielders. Coming from third to score is Baker. On to third goes Tian after an RBI double. Actually, that will not be an RBI double. Credited as a double for Tian. An error on either Gorneau or one of the infielders for not getting that ball to the infield in time. 7-3 Midland here in the fifth. Charge the error to Nick Gorneau for a poor throw. Baker was going to hold at third base. Gorneau's throw got away from Casey Kochman. But Tian continues to swing a hot bat. 2 for 3 today with a single, a run batted in, a double. And now John Weber stands in. Huge swing and a foul back. Strike one. Collazo throwing once again in the Travs bullpen as Fisher is unable to shut the door in the fifth inning. Weber's 3-run homer, the big hit of the game, came in the third. His 4th long ball of the year with check swing on a pitch to dirt, ball 1. Weber came close to another homer yesterday, flying deep to the right field track in the fifth inning. Seems to have a little bit of pop. 1-1, swinging a high drive deep to right field, but hooking foul and out of play. Another ball with the distance and ends up on the foul side of the fence. Tian hit a foul ball home run, 2 pitches before lining a double to right field. He's at third base now after Gorneau's throwing error. The 1-2 pitch popped up behind the plate and over the press box. Weber getting good pitches to hit, and he is not getting cheated with any of his contact. None of the RockHounds batters are getting cheated up there. This game is up. And they 11-0 score in the third inning. The 1-2 to Weber. Check swing down to the shortstop. Casey Smith has it bobble up his arm. Another traveler error will score Tian from third base. Casey Smith commits the error. 2 errors in the fifth inning, opening the door for a 2-run rally. No base hit for Weber, no RBI. 7th error of the season on Casey Smith. His third at shortstop. 8-3 Midland here in the fifth inning. Fisher did his job on that last pitch, getting Weber to tap weakly to short, but Smith could not get the out. Time is called by Steve Jackson. He now steps back to the plate, 0 for 2 today. Jackson is the only RockHound hitter not to reach base safely. First pitch inside, ball 1. Both runs that score here in the fifth inning are unearned. This inning still sort of shows how the season is going for Rich. He gets Jackson to pop up towards the first base fence. Mathis chasing it, so is Casey Kochman, and Mathis takes it away from Casey and makes the catch at the fence to end another rough inning for Fisher, allowing a pair of unearned runs on 2 hits and 2 errors. And 1 man spreaded on the bases. Halfway through tonight's game, the RockHounds lead the Travs 8-3. This is the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Faucets leaking, come out feasting, listen, tackle, piece and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Now in lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, carpet makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see.
Crafty
other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Travs has scored 1 run in the bottom of the 4th inning. Midland RockHounds come back and even add to their lead by scoring twice in the top of the 5th on a couple of errors by the Travs. Right fielder Nick Gorno and shortstop Casey Smith guilty of the miscues. So the Travs have a long road back now, trailing by 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Looking to start something here for Arkansas, center fielder Tommy Murphy. Kotzman and McPherson follow against Mike Oakland. Murphy shows front, got it down towards third base. Kean will let it roll foul. And it ends up dying in the foul grass. Strike 1 on Murphy, not a bad idea. Although Tommy is hitting the ball hard today. It seems to be in a groove that's lasted a couple of weeks. Jay Murphy is singled off the right field fence. Had a base hit robbed on a diving play by Steve Jackson at first. Murphy with a hit in 11 of his last 13 games, hitting around 380 over that stretch. Really getting some good swings, showing a lot of power as well. 3 homers all over the last 13 games. Now back to the plate. Murphy working on an 0-1 count. He'll take Oakwood's curve, low and inside, ball 1. Oakwood pitched in the College World Series with the Razorbacks twice. The 87 season and the 89 season. Murphy a liner to second, caught by John McCurdy at his ankle. Good play with 1 step towards the hole, and McCurdy takes another base hit away from Tommy Murphy, who is now lined out to an infielder twice. Casey Kotzman stands in 0 for 2. Both years, the Razorbacks in 87 and 89 finished the season ranked 5th by collegiate baseball. A huge swing and a miss by Kotzman. Casey bounced back to the mound in the 3rd inning on pretty much the very same pitch. A big curveball that Casey was so far ahead of it that when he hit the ball, it hit off the very front of the bat, the tip of it. Here's the 0-1 to Kotzman. Waits on the changeup and takes it outside, 1-1. The 1-1 to Kotzman. Swinging a liner, foul to right field. Got it well, but foul by a wide margin. Strike 2. Bases empty, 1 out of the bottom of the 5th. 8-3 Midland. Kotzman swings at a high fastball and grounds it foul down towards third. Ty Boykin with a fine play, barehanding it. Still 1-2 on Kotzman, who's fouled off 2 in a row. This pitch, he reaches for it, pokes it high to left field. Sean Weather into the gap, camps underneath the baseball and makes the catch. And Kotzman is 0 for 3. bring up Dallas McPherson. Oakwood's one of 35 former Razorbacks to make it to the major leagues. The most recent Razorback to make his major league debut, Clip Lee. Of course, these days, Clip with the Cleveland Indians. McPherson takes the pitch downstairs, ball one. Dallas knocks in a run with a single in the first, reached on an error in the third inning. 2 outs here, and Dallas hits a hard one-hopper to first. Nice play by Jackson in back of the bag. Oakwood covers at first, and the flip to him is in time, and that's a 1-2-3 fifth inning for Mike Oakwood. The RockHounds are cruising after 5 innings. They lead the Travs 8-3. Here on the ticket, total sports 1380.
Power on. Plug in. And you get that select love with that instant when you listen.
Power up at the Electric Cowboy, I-30, the Chico Road exit, where there's always something going on. Electric Cowboy open Wednesday through Sunday. Doors open at 7:30 each night. And just listen to all that's going on. Wednesday night, ladies' night. Ladies in the door by 10 p.m. get $5 cash. Plus, free dance lessons at 8 p.m. And enjoy $1.50 long nights till midnight. Then, Thursday nights, it's $1 long nights and $2 pitchers. Plus, live music every Thursday night. Yeah, there's always something going on at the Electric Cowboy, I-30 at the Chico Road exit.
Power up at the Electric Cowboy, I-30 at the Chico Road exit. Doors open 7:30 Wednesday through Sunday. At the Electric Cowboy.
An accident involving a large truck can cause a lot of damage. If you're injured, you need a law firm that knows what they're doing. And while facts differ and results vary, we've got a verdict as large as $12.5 million in a single tractor-trailer case. Put this experience on your side. Call us at Gary Eubanks & Associates. We'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
5 innings completed at Ray Winder Field. Here are the totals after 5. The Midland RockHounds with 8 runs on 8 base hits and 2 errors. And the Arkansas Travelers with 3 runs scored on 5 base hits and 2 errors. Gorgeous night in Central Arkansas. And a nice, wouldn't say a packed house, but we do have a lot of fans here today. The buzz about town, about the Travs is picking up across radio, TV. The team playing some very good baseball. This is only the 9th home game they've played this year. Travs are 5-3 at Ray Winder Field. Really got comfortable on the previous road trip, taking 6 of 8 games. Travs on the road are 12-6. They seem to have been a team that plays a little bit better on the road since becoming an Angels affiliate. Of course, I was not here as a Cardinals affiliate, so I don't know how the home-road splits worked back then. Here in the 6th inning, the Travs bring on a new pitcher. Willie Collazo has replaced Rich Fisher. Fisher goes 5 innings, allowing 8 runs, 6 of them earned. First pitch, a strike to Brian Sellier. So the Travelers bring on a lefty now to turn this heavy lefty team around. 6 left-handers out of the 9 batters in the Midland lineup, including Sellier, who's 1 for 2. Collazo's 0-1 pitch away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Willie makes his 5th appearance of the year with the Travelers. No wins, no losses, and a .470 earned run average. That's 4 runs allowed on 7 hits in 7 innings. The lefty out of Miami and his pitch to Sellier in the dirt, 2-1. Here's the complete line on Fisher. 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 6 earned runs, 8 total runs in 5 innings. Fisher allows 8 base hits. Richards started the season with a 5 shutout inning performance at Wichita and a 9-0 win April the 9th. Since then, he's allowed 32 runs. 2-1 pitch, swinging a high fly ball to right field. Nick Gorneau into the gap to make the catch. 1 away in the 6th, and Sellier 1 for 3. So really, in Fisher's last 22 innings, He's given up 33 runs. Just an amazing amount of runs. His ERA will even rise a little bit. He came into today with a 9.27 earned run average. Foul ball back to the fence by Sean McCurdy, strike one. And that ERA will get even higher than the current 9.27. Very rough stretch for Rich Fisher, and hopefully he can recover. Pitch downstairs to McCurdy, 1-1. What are the options with Rich? Continue putting him out there every fifth day and just see if he can recover his confidence at some point. Maybe it's a switch that'll just click. Line drive by McCurdy, base hit to left field. The ninth hit of the game for the Midland RockHounds, and McCurdy second. Does Fisher go into the bullpen and try to work out his problems there? Does he go back to Rancho Cucamonga or even extended spring in Mesa? Sometimes you've seen pitchers try to iron out a lot of problems they have without day-to-day competition. Gomez, the hitter, 0 for 1 and a walk and a run scored, right-handed. First pitch is strike from the southpaw Collazo. One way or another, hopefully that's something that Rich can figure out because his career has stalled at Double-A. Gomez fouls one back to the screen, strike two. Midland 8, Arkansas 3 in the top of the sixth inning in Little Rock. Collazo works from the stretch with McCurdy at first, one out, infield at double play depth. Gomez reaches, taps one towards shortstop. Casey hustles into the gap, will get you out at second base. Gomez covers in time for the fourth out on McCurdy, and there's two gone. We go back to the top of the RockHound order for Freddie Bynum. 7:10 first pitch tomorrow night at Ray Winder Field. Gates open at 6:10. Discount tickets available at any Central Arkansas Shell station. Kids run the bases after the ball game, and it's Shreveport Swamp Dragon Hat Night. First 700 adults receive a free Swamp Dragon cap. Bynum swings a tapper up the middle, backhanded by Gomez, and he'll flip to Casey Smith to end the inning. On the fourth out at second base, so Collazo pitches a scoreless sixth. We go to the bottom of the sixth. The RockHounds lead 8-3 here on the Ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Hit a home run with your family tonight. Whether you're planning a meal before the game or snacks for the game, remember to include milk, cheese, and yogurt in the game plan. 3 servings a day of dairy is the right amount to help keep your body healthy. It's easy. Just look for the 3-a-day logo on your favorite calcium-rich dairy food at your local retailer. For more information, including recipes and coupons, visit www.3aday.org. Have you had your 3 a day today? The power of team.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Drive into Sonic today for our new Chicken Club wrap made with grilled all-white meat chicken, crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, and juicy ripe tomato with shredded cheese and light ranch dressing. And for those counting carbs, it's now available with our new carb-friendly tortilla. Either way you order it, it's a fresh new way to get more taste. Sonic's new Chicken Club wrap. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
My company is currently going through a transition, and I'm part of that transition. I needed new technology, new ideas for a changing market.
Norman Petit earned a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Electronics Engineering Technology in 2002 and a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Automated Manufacturing Technology in 2003 from the ITT Tech in Indianapolis, Indiana.
My education at ITT Tech was the right decision for me.
To find out more about ITT Technical Institute, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web at itt-tech.edu. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future.
Travs will come to the plate at the bottom of the sixth inning against Mike Oakwist, who pitching past the fifth inning for the first time this year. Oakwist, who entered the ball game with a .675 earned run average and a .313 batting average against, has held the Travs to 5 base hits with 5 innings of work and 3 runs, 2 of them earned. Nick Gorneau will lead off the 6th inning with Jeff Mathis and Jason Esposito to follow. Gorneau knocked in a Travs run on the first with a sacrifice fly. He is 0 for 1, fouled out of the 3rd inning. Oquist has registered only 1 strikeout. He's only walked 1 batter. And his first pitch of the 6th inning to Nick is in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Mathis and Esposito will follow. Oquist has been keeping the Travs well ahead of his off-speed pitches, and this one is outside, ball 2. A steady diet of big, slow curveballs, straight changeups, and the occasional fastball just to keep him on it. 2-0 pitch. That curveball in for strike 1. 2-1. Travs have recorded 10 hits. 9 games in a row. They've been comfortable to play. In fact, most of those games they've recorded 14 to 17 hits. Nick all over a pitch. Line drive, deep center. That one is back and off the fence. Gorneau hustling for second base as Bynum comes up with the ball. And Gorneau stands up at second base with a double. Nick's 9th double of the season, and that'll bring up Travs catcher Jeff Mathis with an RBI opportunity. If the Travs are going to come back, they'll have to start sometime soon. And the fans start to react to the fanometer as they have their first chance to get very, very loud tonight. Mathis over 2, a couple of flyouts, and he'll take a pitch inside, ball 1. Midland 8, Arkansas 3 in the bottom of the 6th at Ray Winder Field. Oquist has been battling through, although he has pitched 5 strong innings. 1-0 is grounded foul past third, 1-1. Mathis over this series 1 for 6. Still struggling against the RockHounds. Only 2 hits against the Midland team this year. The 1-1. Low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. RockHounds will start to get a little bit of action in the bullpen down the left field line. Right-hander Bert Snow getting ready. Here's the 2-1, hanging in there, called strike 2. That same big, slow curveball that the Travs just can't seem to figure out. You'd imagine that's the pitch that got Oquist to the major league. So it certainly would make sense for him to be able to retire Double-A batters with that same hook. The only time this season that we saw the Travs offense sputter a little bit was against pitchers such as this. Soft tossers, either right-handed or left-handed, with a lot of breaking pitches, a lot of sliders, and fairly good control to keep the Travs well in front of most opponents. Fans still looking for a reason to scream and yell. Centimeter once again. Mathis to the plate with a 2-2 count. Oquist has his signs down. At second base, Gorneau takes the lead. The pitch, curveball, check swing, and they will not appeal. The pitch was inside. I'm in the count to 3-2. Baker seemed to have a little bit of a problem as he was getting ready to throw that ball back. Looked like he had a quick talk with the home plate umpire Galloway to figure something out, but they've got it down now. The count is full on Mathis at 3-2. Nobody out as the Travs look to rally here in the 6th inning. Oakwood's payoff pitch swung on, looped over first to foul territory, and it bounces away from Steve Jackson. Still 3-2. Mathis entered the game hitting .329 with a pair of homers and 15 runs batted in. And he is battling against Mike Oakwood. We're in a critical point of the sixth inning. Travs behind by 5. We certainly know that this Arkansas team has the ability to come back from a 5-run deficit. They can't wait too long, however. Another 3-2 pitch, and Mathis grounds it towards shortstop. Gomez bobbles it once, picks it back up, and gets the out at first base. Lucky for Francis that when that ball popped out of his mitt, it ended up right in front of him in midair, so he could grab it with his throwing hand and fire to first base. That'll bring up Jason Espedo, who struck out in his last trip to the plate. The only whiff of the game for the Travs was Espedo, caught looking in the fourth. First pitch to Espedo, he'll swing and foul it at home plate, strike one. See if that game in Frisco is any more ridiculous than the last score. No, actually, Frisco went scoreless in the fourth inning. Still leading the Diablos 11-0 in the top of the fourth at Dr. Pepper 7-0. Here is Ray Winder. It's 8-3 Midland. Espedo swings, lines it to right field, hooking, foul. As foul by maybe a few inches. Good piece of hitting by Espedo. He waited just enough on the breaking ball, but apparently he needed to wait a split second longer. The ball bounced foul by less than a foot, that's for sure. Espedo steps back to the plate. However, he's down to the count, 0-2. Nick Gorno at third. Travs need to bring him in, even if they just score one run this inning. The 0-2 pitch, and Jason leaves it outside and high, ball one. Oakwood at the stretch, and the 1-2. Change up on a line drive, base hit to right field for Espedo. Just shot between the first and second baseman as Gorno crosses the plate, bringing the Travs to within 4 runs. Here comes the pitching coach, the manager of the Midland RockHounds, Webster Garrison. Garrison steps out of the dugout and brings his infielders to talk at the mound. He does have Snow still warming up in the bullpen. And Webster's going to go to the relief pitcher and take Oakwood out of the game. Oakwood did pitch fairly well. He lasts 5 1/3 innings before being removed in favor of Snow. And we'll take a 60-second break, brought to you by Fox Sports Southwest. For the best in Major League Baseball action, tune in nightly to Fox Sports Net on Comcast. Fox Sports Southwest brings you the best big league matchups and the latest highlights and home team coverage on the Southwest Regional Sports Report nightly at 10 o'clock. Comcast and Fox Sports Net are the #1 place for college baseball and Major League coverage. Check your local listings for Fox Sports Southwest. The new pitcher for the RockHounds is Bert Snow. We'll tell you about Bert after a 60-second break on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Remember the good old days before Fox Sports Net when you'd watch a sports report for like an hour before they even mentioned your hometown teams? And then if you blinked, you missed it? Sure, you remember. The good old days really sucked. Nightly at 10, it's the Southwest Sports Report on Fox Sports Net. 34 minutes every night dedicated to the scores, highlights, and interviews from your hometown team. Your team, your town, your show. The Southwest Sports Report at 10. Only on Fox Sports Net.
There's the windup pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
The new pitcher for the Midland RockHounds is right-hander Bert Snow, comes in to replace Mike Oquist after 5 1/3 innings. Snow inheriting an 8-4 Midland lead. One away in the sixth. Jason Espedo at first. Rudy Gomez swinging and fouls the first pitch back, strike one. Oquist is in line for the victory after he gets out of the game in the sixth inning. Still in search of his first win of the season. Snow out of the pen for his 11th game this year. 1 win, 2 losses, and a .281 earned run average. Snow will go to the stretch. Gomez has tripled and topped out tonight. He'll take a slider low and outside, 1-1. This is Snow's second appearance against the Travs. Came on in April the 28th, pitching a scoreless inning, allowing 2 hits. 8-4 Midland, bottom of the sixth. Gomez swings and fouls one off the right side, strike 2. Rest of the line on Oakwood, so far, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Still responsible for the base runner at first base, Jason Espedo. Oakwood scattered 7 base hits. He walked only 1 batter and also struck out 1. No, spoiling the ball behind his back. Right-hander to the belt, and he turns and fires to first base to check on Jason Espedo. Gets back in. No, it's 6'1", 200-pounder from Vanderbilt. Lives in Brooksville, Florida. Former closer, and a slider fouled back. Still 1-2. Snow has been closing games for the RockHounds since 1999. He did miss the entire 2001 season with an elbow injury. But he's been able to record more saves than any pitcher in Texas League history. All of them with Midland. The 1-2 inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Snow saved 13 games with Midland in 1999. Earned a promotion in AAA in 2000, but didn't pitch well enough and saved 27 games for the RockHounds that year. Missed 2001. 8 saves with Midland in 2002. Gomez takes a slider off the outside corner. That'll run the count full. 2003, Bert saved 13 more games. So 51 Texas League saves. That is the league record. Now, the league did not start recording the save statistic until the early 70s when it became an official stat. The runner takes off the 3-2 pitches outside, ball 4. So Espedo gets second base. Gomez takes the walk to first. The catcher, John Baker, through to second anyway. And the home plate umpire, Rodney Galloway, dealing with a little flack from the third base dugout. Galloway dealt with a lot of flack from Texas League managers last year, who criticized him for a very inconsistent strike zone. Casey Smith standing in. Travs behind by 4 runs. 8-4, bottom of the sixth. Casey is 1 for 2. First pitch, he'll take it for a strike right down the middle. When it comes to Bert Snow, his best pitch is the forkball. He'll get his strikeout. 11 of them in 16 innings this year. 0-1 on Smith. Casey takes one of the dirt, bounce in front of the catcher, but a nice block by Baker. The runners hold their position. Espedo at second and Gomez at first. 1 out in the bottom of the sixth, and the Travs looking to rally back into this game. Midland took the lead with 6 runs in the top of the third inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. The runners take off, and Casey rounds one weakly to first base. Jackson picks it up, steps on the bag, and just gets Casey by a step. 3 unassisted. Jackson a little lazy getting into first base on that play. Smith was looking as hard as he could, but he was out by a little bit. So 2 away, and with the runners taking off with that pitch, Espedo gets to third base, and Gomez to second for Alberto Caiapo. doubled in the first inning, scored the first run of the ball game, grounded out to second base in his last two trips to the plate. He'll take the first pitch low and inside on the slider. 1 ball, no strikes. Alberto batting left-handed. He's knocked in 12 runs this year. Runners at second and third. The pitch swung on, hit high to right field. Got it well. Perry back to the warning track at the fence. He will leap and not make the catch. The ball bounces off the fence. Both runners score, and Kyle put a second with a double. Second double of the game for Alberto Callaspo. He entered today without a double on the whole season. So the Travs strike back with a 3-run rally here in the bottom of the 6th. The tying run comes to the plate in the form of Tommy Murphy. Close the book on Oakland as he gives up 5 runs, 4 of them earned in 5 in the third inning. And now Snow on the hook with Callaspo at second. Murphy swings through a breaking ball, strike 1. Tommy singled and scored in the first inning. Lined out in the third and in the 5th. The Murphy making very solid contact today, though he's 1 for 3. Callaspo with a good lead at second. The shortstop holds him on base. Murphy takes a breaking ball for a strike. Tight slider on the inside corner. 0-2. 8-6 score. RockHounds lead, but the Travs rallying back into the game. Let's see what Snow does in 0-2. He attacks Murphy with a slider, and it's lined off the first base foul fence. Ricochets hard back into the right field territory. We're not sure if that hit one of the kids in the first base seats or if it landed on the fence and bounced back into play. Apparently it did strike one of the kids in a Little League uniform. And he's being attended to by his mom. Little kid in a green t-shirt, gray pants, and an Oakland A's hat. Hopefully he'll be okay. We're sure he will be. Snow and Murphy take a little time to let the commotion subside at the first base optimist dugout area. Last section down the first base line. Snow into the stretch on 0-2. Murphy swings and fouls one back. Got a piece of the fastball to stay alive. Murphy represents the tying run. He's jacked 3 homers this season, including 1 yesterday. Into the set position, Bert Snow. And the 0-2 to Murphy. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt, strike 3. The ball blocked by the catcher. Baker will flip to first to complete the strikeout. Travs able to rally for 3 runs, however, in the 6th inning on 3 base hits and 1 runner left on. Travs get back into this game, 8-6 the score. We go to the 7th here on the ticket, Total Sports 1380.
The Business Trip by Super 8 Motel.
Somewhere between the last meeting and home, between 4 drive-thrus and the blob of ketchup on your favorite tie, between 60 dead bugs on your windshield, an empty window squirter, and a wiper blade gone awry. Somewhere between where you are and where you're going, there's a Super 8. See you along the way.
Call 1-800-800-8000 or visit super8.com. All Super 8 motels are individually owned and operated.
Are you self-employed and successful at what you do? It's great being your own boss, huh? But you may have noticed a downside, like trying to find health insurance. If you're self-employed, you might not even have health insurance. That's why you need to join the NASE, the National Association for the Self-Employed. When you belong to the NASE, you have access to an endorsed health insurance plan. You are free to choose your own doctors and hospitals. And, are you listening? When you reach age 65, you can get back all your premiums minus your claims with our optional return of premium benefit. Join the NASE. Call 1-877-735-6965 right now. Here it is again, 1-877-735-6965. In addition to these
benefits, you get access to over 100 other business and personal benefits. Look, if you're self-employed, call the NASE, 1-877-735-6965. Endorsed health insurance is underwritten by the Mega Life and Health Insurance Company, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Optional benefits require additional premium. 1-877-735-6965.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. KDXE, North Little Rock.
Back at Ray Winder Field, we have played 6 innings completed here, and the RockHounds are ahead of the Arkansas Travelers 8-6. Willie Colalzo stays on for the 7th inning. He'll face the RockHounds 2, 3, and 4 batter. Willie pitched the scoreless 6th inning in relief of starting pitcher Rich Fisher, left after the 5th. Perry leads off. He is 0 for 2, though a sacrifice fly in the 3rd inning tied the ball game up, and he'll take the first pitch low and away, ball 1. 8 runs on 9 base hits and 2 errors for Midland. Trav had 6 runs on 8 base hits and 2 errors. 1-0. Ringing a foul at the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Let's take a look at our baseball birthday today, brought to you by Webster University. Where education is more than just a degree, it's real-world knowledge for real-world success. The 1-1. Terry takes his low and outside, ball 2. Information on Webster's graduate level degrees available in Little Rock. Visit them online at webster.edu or dial 800-828-2598 for Webster University. Terry pops one up over third, chasing it to the fence, Dallas McPherson, and he runs out of room. The ball ends up in the bleachers. Strike 2. Born today, May 7th, 1929 in St. Louis, Missouri. Dick Williams, one of the most controversial managers of the last 30 or 40 years. Took 3 different teams to the World Series, something that does not happen often. 2-2 pitch, popped up again behind the plate, and this one will reach the first base roof for another foul ball. Still 2-2 on Terry. Williams ended his playing career after the 64 season with Boston. He was a utility player, infield, outfield, pretty much any position Williams could play it. 2-2 pitch, swung on, tapped towards first, Cotson off the line, picks it up on 2 bounces, and he runs to first base for the unassisted putout, 1 away. Williams started his Major League managing career just 3 years later as a surprise choice to manage the last place Boston Red Sox, who finished dead last in the American League in 1966, and then went on for the famous Impossible Dream in 1967, leading the Red Sox along with Carl Yastrzemski to their first World Series in 21 years. Pitch low and away, ball 1 to John Baker, who's 1 for 2. Of course, the Sox lost that World Series to the St. Louis Cardinals. Williams' relationship with Yastrzemski deteriorated. A line drive to left field. That'll get in front of Jason Esposito, who gave good chase. But a good idea by Jason not diving for the ball. Otherwise, it probably would have gotten past him. So Baker has his second hit. 8-6 Midland here in the top of the 7th. Base hit by Baker is Midland's 10th of the 9th. Bring up Mark Sheehan. Williams was fired after the 69 season, in which Boston finished a disappointing 3rd place. Didn't manage in 1970, but Charlie O'Fidley signed him up for the 1971 Oakland Athletics. Sheehan, first pitch swing, ground ball to the horse, second base. Chasing it, Gomez makes a nice play, short right field, and throws Sheehan out at first. Baker gets to second base on the ground out. It goes 4-3 at first. Williams won his first World Series with the Athletics in 1972 and became one of only 2 managers ever to either resign or be fired following a World Series in which he led the Athletics to their second consecutive World Championship in 73 but resigned in a dispute with the owner, Charlie O'Finley, because of Finley's famous meddling with the team. First pitch to John Weber, low and outside, ball one. Weber's 3-run homer in the third inning. Right now, a big difference. Interesting that Williams did not manage the first half of the 74 season, yet he still was able to manage in the All-Star game for the American League. A ground ball to second will end it as Gomez throws Weber out, and we'll get into the 7th inning stretch. 8:15 for the RockHounds, and we're back after this.
Del Monte Harvest Foods and the Trabs have stepped up to the plate with a home run offer for family fun. Free Trabs tickets are available for any Del Monte Harvest Foods family night throughout the season.
The next Del Monte Harvest Foods family game is Sunday, May 23rd, when the Trabs take on Wichita at 2 p.m. Get a free ticket for every label or cash register receipt showing purchase of a Del Monte product. That's Sunday, May 23rd at 2 p.m. for the next Del Monte Harvest Foods family day.
He joined the Air Force in 1964 and served in Vietnam. He commanded forces in the far corners of the globe. Rising through the ranks, he served as a 3-star general at the Pentagon. You'd think 30 years of distinguished service would be plenty. But if you're Norman G. Leasing, Lieutenant General, retired United States Air Force, that's just the beginning. Today, he's pursuing a new career as Walmart's Vice President of National Government Relations. Norm's journey took him near and far, through Asia, Scandinavia, Europe, the Middle East. And Webster University, where he earned a master's degree that served him well in his career. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, real-world success.
For more information about graduate degrees from Webster University in Little Rock, visit them on the web at webster.edu or call them 800-828-2598.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at Ray Winters Field, with the Trabs still behind the Midland RockHounds, now by 2 runs. Casey Kotzman will lead off in the 7th for the Trabs against Bert Snow. And he will foul back the first pitch for a strike. Snow entered the game in the 6th inning. He inherited a couple of runners. Both of them scored. He allowed a walk and a 2-run double to Alberto Callalpo. Did strike out Tommy Murphy, who represented the tying run to end the 6th inning. And now he's here in the 7th, facing Kotzman, McPherson, and Gorneau. Casey having a quiet game, 0 for 3, and he pops another one into the third base deep. Strike 2 on a foul ball. Casey is lined out to second, grounded back to the mound, and fly to left. Snow again at the set position. The pitch to Kotzman. Swing, a little tapper in front of the plate. The catcher Baker makes the play. Fires his mask off and fires to first with a baseball for out number 1. So Kotzman 0 for 4 and in danger of losing his 9-game hitting streak. Dallas McPherson will come to the plate next. To finish up on Williams, I mentioned he wasn't with the team in the beginning of the 1974 season, but still got to manage the American League All-Stars before the Angels picked him up. He lasted with the Angels through 76. Montreal Expos taking them to the playoffs for their only time in their existence in the 81 season, before moving on to San Diego for 1984, where he took the Padres to their first World Series in his third year at the helm at San Diego. Pitch outside to McPherson, ball 1. Dallas is 1 for 3, an RBI single in the first. And they'll take ball 2 high and outside. Dick Williams these days hoping to get into the Hall of Fame as a manager, which doesn't happen very often. 1-1 to Dallas. swinging a high fly ball, very high, deep to right field. But Jason Terry with room in front of the warning track to make the catch for out number 2. So 2 away in the 7th. Base is still empty for Nick Gordeau. Fans, don't forget, coming up tomorrow, Prostate Cancer Awareness Night at Ray Winder Field. As you can see when you come to the ballpark, there will be the mobile testing unit from the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation outside the yard. Any man getting screened for prostate cancer for free at the mobile testing unit gains free admission to the ball game tomorrow. That's 7:10. Gordeau grounds to shortstop and picked up by Gomez. He fires across and the Travs are down in order in the 7th inning. So Kotzman, McPherson, and Gordeau go down in order. We go into the 8th. RockHounds ahead of the Travs 8-6 on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir. What's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir. This is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows your patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then, run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
I am the port in the storm. I am the line in the sand.
I am the rescuer in the dark.
I am the enforcer of the seas.
I am the defender of the homeland. In the United States Coast Guard and Coast Guard Reserve, you are the first line of defense against threats to our American way of life. To become one of us, call toll-free 1-877-NOW USCG or visit gocoastguard.com. We are the shield of freedom. We are the United States Coast Guard.
Seven innings in the books here at Ray Winder Field. Here are the totals between the RockHounds and the Travs. Midland with 8 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors, and the Travelers with 6 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. This is Phil Elson with you on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. Game 2 of this series. Travs have won 4 straight. Still haven't won 5 in a row this year. And trailing by 2 runs. Here, Willie Collazo is back on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. Steve Jackson leads off a first pitch strike from the left-hander. Collazo tired in his 3rd inning a couple of days ago, actually 3 days ago in the series finale in El Paso. See what he can do in his 3rd inning of work here. Jackson swings a deep fly to left field, but Jason Esposito is there to make the catch. 1 out in the 8th. Let's get to a Southwest Airlines Major League scoreboard. Check out the finals in the American League. Boston a come-from-behind victory 7-6 over the Kansas City Royals. Red Sox were trailing by 4 runs in the 8th inning. They scored twice in the 8th. Doug Mirabelli with an RBI single, and on the play of throwing error brought home another run. And the Red Sox win it. A 2-run homer by Mark Bellhorn to tie the ball game, and pinch hitter Jason Varitek knocked in Ramirez with an RBI double to win it. First pitch to Brian Sellier hit him. Got him right on the number 7 from Collazo. Hits this batter, only the 3rd base runner to make it on against Willie. Here comes John McCurdy. Action in both bullpens. Travs have right-hander Marco Sullivan getting ready. The RockHounds have their closer, Chris Mabius, getting loose. Pardon me, that is right-hander Shane Bizzell for the RockHounds, not Mabius. Here's McCurdy, 2 for 3 today. 3 for 7 on the series. Tonight, 2 singles and a double play. First pitch from Collazo, a strike to the knees. Finland, the winning pitcher for the Red Sox, Mike McDougall, suffered the loss. Red Sox win their third straight. Toronto defeats the White Sox 5-4. Former Traveler Chris Felice suffered his first loss of the year. 0-1 pitch to McCurdy. Swing and a foul out of play. Strike two. White Sox Toronto wins the game on the bottom of the ninth. RBI single by Reed Johnson. Finals in the National League. Cubs all over Colorado 11-0. Zambrano with a two-hitter. Montreal beats the Cards 4-2. Wilkerson and Sledge go a yard. Rocky Biddle saves his sixth. Former Traveler Matt Morris drops to 3-3. St. Louis now with an even 15-15 record. The 0-2 to McCurdy. Runner takes off. Pitch outside, throw to second. On the money and not in time. Dellier steals second base. His third steal this year. 1 ball, 2 strikes on McCurdy. Morris allowed 4 runs in 6 innings, couple of homers. As he drops to 3-3, Sun Woo Kim outpitches Matt Morris in 6 innings, 1 run, 4 walks and 7 hits for his second victory. Dodgers shut out the Pirates 4-0 on 1 hit. Wilson Alvarez goes 7 innings for the win. Jose Hernandez blasts a couple of long balls. Dodgers now with a game lead over San Diego for the National League West first place. San Diego loses to Florida 3-1. Carl Pavano earned his third win. The pitch to McCurdy, low and inside, 2-2. Mike Lowell, a pair of home runs for Florida as they win their 17th game of the season against 12 losses. Milwaukee downs New York 7-5 at Shea Stadium. Former Traveler Joe McEwing hit his first home run of the year. Brewers, Ben Greaves, Keith Skinner, and Lyle Overbay went yard. Palazzo at the belt on 2-2 with 1 away. The pitch grounded towards third base and through for a base hit to left. As Vito charges, picks it up and holding at third is Brian Sellier. As he was holding at second base to see if McPherson was going to get to that ball. So 2 men on base here in the 8th inning. It's first and third for Francis Gomez. This is almost exactly where Collazo started a tire 3 days ago, when he had already pitched 2 innings and was going through the order the second time. Here's Gomez. He's 0 for 2 this evening, hitting .222, entering the ball game. Collazo looking for a ground ball, but he blows a fastball right by Francis on a swing and a miss. 0-1. Giants over Cincinnati 6-1. Pedro Feliz hit a 3-run homer. Giants break a 3-game losing streak, and Kirk Reeder earned his first win. Matt Herges saves his 10th. 0-1 on Gomez. Collazo deals, and that is ball 1 downstairs. In progress in the National League, bottom of the ninth at Atlanta, Houston holds a 5-3 lead. J.D. Drew and Adam LaRoche going yard for the Bravos. Jeff Kent hit his 6th home run for Houston. Philadelphia and Arizona scoreless in the top of the second at the bottom. Collazo throws to first to check on McCurdy, and he is safe. In progress in the American League, Cleveland and the Orioles tied at 2. Rafael Palmeiro hit his 4th home run. Detroit scores 2 in the 8th to take a 7-5 lead at Texas. Bottom of the second in Anaheim, Angels and Rays are scoreless. Another throw to first to check on McCurdy, and he's safe. Oakland scores 2 in the bottom of the first inning on a Bobby Kielty home run. They lead Minnesota 2-0. And top of the second in Seattle, the Mariners 2, the Yankees 0. The 1-1 called strike on the outside corner, 1-2. A final score coming from the Texas League at the Dell Diamond, where Tulsa shuts out Round Rock 2-0. Jeff Francis earned his 4th win of the season on 7 innings, allowing only 2 hits with 11 strikeouts. The 1-2 to Gomez. He reaches for it and pokes it into right field for a base hit. It'll score Sellier, and the RockHounds lead again by 3 runs. On 2 strikes, Collazo unable to finish off Francis Gomez as he knocks in his 8th run of the year. A little dunker to right field, so with Sellier being hit by the pitch, and Collazo allowing 3 consecutive batters to reach base safely. Ty Boykin steps out of the dugout. He might be going to the bullpen once again. Marco Sullivan is loosening up. Once again, Willie Collazo has trouble making it through 3 innings. Rich Fisher lasted 5 innings, allowing 8 hits and 8 runs, 6 of them earned. Collazo going 2 1/3 innings so far, but Ty Boykin has yet to point to the bullpen. Now Ty points out to the bullpen, so we'll have another pitching change. And a reminder on this pitching change that Prostate Cancer Awareness Weekend is tonight and tomorrow here at Ray Winder Field. And for you men out there, age 40 or over, you need to be tested for prostate cancer at least once a year. And you can do it for free tomorrow outside Ray Winder Field at the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation's mobile testing unit. Any man who gets tested for prostate cancer tomorrow, starting at 6:30, receives a free admission to tomorrow's ball game. And start lighting up about 6:10. The mobile testing unit gets there around 6:15. That's brought to you by the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation, online at arprostatecancer.org. We'll take a 60-second break, and the RockHounds leading 9-6 in the 8th inning here on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Remember the good old days before Fox Sports Net when you'd watch a sports report for like an hour before they even mentioned your hometown teams? And then if you blinked, you missed it? Sure, you remember. The good old days really sucked. Nightly at 10, it's the Southwest Sports Report on Fox Sports Net. 34 minutes every night dedicated to the scores, highlights, and interviews from your hometown team. Your team, your town, your show. The Southwest Sports Report at 10. Only on Fox Sports Net.
It's baseball season again. Listen to the sounds of Arkansas Travelers baseball.
Ball stopped on the grab of the shortstop. Beck gets it. He goes to second for 1 out. Duncan to first. Whack him up. A double play. Drive. Right field. Way back. You gotta get out of here. And that, folks, is a game-winning homer. The Travelers win the game.
Sound like fun? Arkansas Travelers baseball. Call 664-1555 or log on to trav.com.
Marco Sullivan comes out of the Travs bullpen to replace Willie Collazo in the 8th inning. The Midland RockHounds have a 9-6 lead on the Arkansas Travelers, and O'Sullivan, the third pitcher of the game. Collazo goes 2 1/3 innings. He allows 4 base hits, 1 hit batter, so far 1 run, which is earned, but he's responsible for the runners on bases. McCurdy at second and Gomez at first. O'Sullivan, the hard-throwing righty, will go to the stretch, and the batter he faces, Freddie Bynum, hits left. Runners go on the first pitch, and it's grounded foul past first. Strike 1. O'Sullivan enters his 11th game of the season. His record is 2-0. He's allowed only 1 run in 13 in the 3rd inning. 11 base hits. League bats .229 against him. O'Sullivan to the set position. Tough plays here. Only 1 out, and Bynum all over a pitch. A deep drive to right. That's going to hit the Exxon sign bench. McCurdy scores. Gomez heads to third base where he puts on the stop sign. And it's 10-6 Midland in the 8th inning. Freddie Bynum, 5 and 6 for 10 on the series. 2 doubles tonight, 2 RBIs, and Freddie Bynum is tonight's Traveler killer. Both of these runs charged to Willie Collazo as O'Sullivan allows 1 inherited runner to score. And now the Travelers have no choice. They must bring the infield in. Jason Perry at the plate. 0 for 3. He's hit into a double play, grounded out twice. The infield in and the first pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Base hits for the Midland RockHounds. Trav with 8 base knocks. The 0-1 to Perry, swing and a missed strike 2. Goes after the high, hard fastball. Last time O'Sullivan pitched was Tuesday morning against El Paso. Couple of scoreless innings, picked up the victory, struck out 3. 0-2 pitch, popped out of play for a strike. Still nothing in 2. All the infielders in. McPherson at third, Smith at short, Gomez at second, Cochran at first. The 0-2 pitch downstairs, ball 1. Runner at third base, Francis Gomez. Bynum at second, both with good speed. RockHound lead should feel fairly comfortable at 4 runs. Although the Travs have certainly shown the ability to erase deficits pretty quickly. Perry pops another pitch out of play. Stays alive on 1 and 2. Runners out to their lead. O'Sullivan fighting here with Jason Perry. Another 1-2 pitch and another foul ball over the third base seat. With 1 out, Perry knows he can foul away many, many pitches. He's just looking to get a pitch to put some air underneath and get it into the outfield. One ball, 2 strikes, and Perry steps out of the batter's box. Boy, whenever the Travs come back to make it a tighter ball game, the RockHounds continue to put distance between the two teams. 1-2 count to Perry. O'Sullivan pitch, a hanger, and it's lofted to center for a base hit. Gomez scores. Bynum rounds third base. Throw from Tommy Murphy to the plate is cut off at first by Kochman. 2 runs come across the plate, and the RockHounds are out in front by 6, 12-6. Colazzo's line is complete. 3 runs, all earned, and 2 in the third, and O'Sullivan allowing a run of his own. A 3-run rally for the RockHounds here in the 8th inning. That might have just slammed the door on the game. That base hit sends many of the fans towards the exit. I guess 6 runs is too much for these fans to stick around for as Baker swings through a fastball. Nothing in 1 on Baker, who's 2 for 3. Well, you don't see a lot of 6-run rallies too often, although the RockHounds put one up today. The Travs are a team that they could score some runs. They've scored 5 or more runs in an inning 3 times this year. The 0-1, a swing and a miss. 0-2 on Baker. Still only 1 out here in the 8th inning. Willie Colazzo started this inning and tired after retiring the first batter. Hits Shelley with a pitch and stole second. Took third on a single by McCurdy. Gomez knocked Shelley in with a bloop single to right. That knocked Colazzo out of the game. O'Sullivan on the first batter heat base, Bynum doubled off the right field fence to score a run. And Perry singles to center. That's 5 batters in a row making it on base safely. 0-2 count on Baker, 1 out. O'Sullivan to the plate, and the pitch is outside and high, 1-2. Meanwhile, every couple of innings, the Travs stage some sort of rally. But it is tough to win a game when you give up 12. Foul ball back by Baker, still 1-2. A hearty Trap welcome to a former Arkansas Traveler and still a legend in the town, John the Duke Franchise Young. 1-2 to Baker, a line drive, base hit into right center field. That's 6 consecutive base hits. Corneau cuts it off in the gap, but fumbles with it in right field. They're going to send Perry around third base, and he'll score. The 5th run of the inning and charge another error on Nick Corneau in right field. Trouble by Baker. He does not get credit for a run batted in. As Corneau fumbled around the ball in the right field gap, here comes Ronan out of the dugout. O'Sullivan is struggling. He's allowed 3 base hits to the only 3 batters he's faced. Midland leads 13-5. You know what, fans? It cannot be any coincidence that in the last 2 games that Rich Fisher has pitched, the Travs have given up more runs than in any other games they've played this year. It can't be a coincidence. Rich's last game, he pitched May 1st. Travs lost 16-5. Up to that point, no team had scored more runs than 7 runs in 1 game against the Travs. Next time he goes out, it scores 13. A strike on the outside corner to Martin. Now, of course, you cannot blame Fisher for Collazo and O'Sullivan's troubles here in the 8th inning. But Rich did give up 8 runs of his own. And that really seemed to set the tone for the RockHounds hitters today. 0-1 to Tien inside 1-1. Tien broke a 3-3 tie in the 3rd inning with an RBI single to right, then scored on Weber's homer to right field. 2nd inning today where Midland scores 5 runs at least. 1-1 is fouled back over the press box, strike 2. Rockiest outing of the season for Marco Sullivan. He had allowed only 1 run in his first 10 games. He's allowed 2 of his own runs here in this 8th inning. Tien is the 8th batter for the RockHounds here in the 8th inning. He steps out of the box for a quick check. He's 2 for 4 today, a double and RBI single. O'Sullivan ready on the 1-2 count. The pitch jams the batter. If Tien stays alive, he grounds it foul into the first base fence. Tulsa's already won today, so if the Travs lose, they pick up the game. Right now, the Drillers 3.5 in back. San Antonio leads Wichita 1-0. Tien another swing and a miss. The ball gets behind the catcher Mathis, and that'll allow him to reach first base. Baker to third base on what's called a pass ball charge to Jeff Mathis. And a strikeout pass ball allows Tien to first. Mathis was awarded the Defensive Organizational Player of the Year, Player of the Month for the Angels for April. 1 pass ball that month. And this pass ball here in the 8th inning just continues a very rough inning to watch. Five runs have scored. The last 7 batters that have come to the plate have reached. Even when O'Sullivan strikes out Tien, he makes it on base. Don Weber stands in. Big swing and a miss with the first pitch for a strike. Weber's 3-run homer in the 3rd inning broke the tie. His 4th long ball of the season. And Weber is the 9th batter to come to the plate here in the 8th. Left-handed hitter will take one to the dirt. Ball 1. Still only one out here in the 8th inning. Cliff Smith is warming up in the Travs bullpen. You might see a third pitcher come in for this inning. Mark O'Sullivan into the stretch. Runners at the corners, one out, and ball 2 misses outside. Count to John Weber, and he fouls one back to the screen. 2-2. Tomorrow at Ray Winder Field, the top pitcher in the Texas League, Eric Steer, takes the hill with a 3-0 record and a 113 earned run average. Ben Fritz will pitch for the RockHounds, a righty at 1-1 and a 4.94 ERA. 7-10 first pitch, gates open at 6-10. 2-2 pitch to Weber is skied, out of play, left side foul. Travs pitchers have only struck out 2 batters today. One of them, here in the 8th inning, Tian struck out but reached on a pass ball. Two count on Weber. O'Sullivan kicks and deals, and the pitch is skied to center. Murphy going back a few steps. He'll make the catch, tagging from third. Baker scores the 6th run of the inning. And Weber knocks in his 4th run of the game. Baker scores the 3rd run. So here comes the 10th batter of the inning. Jackson started this inning by flying to left field. And he'll take a first pitch strike here on the first pitch. 0-1. After Jackson flied out to left to start the inning, the next 8 batters in a row made it on. Actually, 7 in a row made it on base. Jackson swing and a miss, strike 2. Weber's sac fly turns into the 2nd out of the inning. We should be out of this inning. And Midland has pretty much wrapped this one up. You would think. You would think. Here's the 0-2 to Jackson. And he'll take it, strike 3 down the middle. That'll end the 8th. Jackson records 2 outs in 1 inning, but the RockHounds score 6 runs in the 8th. If they put the game away, Midland leads 14-6. And we go to the bottom of the 8th here at Ray Winder on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
What's up, Sprite Remix drinkers? Jermaine the Creek, and I'm bringing you that remix, man. Down south flavor. Taste this.
I like that taste, but Swiss Beats is gonna give you a different flavor. East Coast style, check it out. Sprite Remix, they're doing it again with brand new Sprite Remix Cherry Clear. Out with tropical flavor, in with the crisp taste of berry. New Sprite Remix Very Clear. Rethink, remix, refresh.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Drive into Sonic today for our new Chicken Club wrap made with grilled all-white meat chicken, crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, and juicy ripe tomato with shredded cheese and light ranch dressing. And for those counting carbs, it's now available with our new carb-friendly tortilla. Either way you order it, it's a fresh new way to get more taste. Sonic's new Chicken Club wrap. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Here's the line that's sitting on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com.
The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Trav game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at Travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.Travs.com.
Traveler baseball here in the bottom of the 8th inning at Ray Winder Field. And right now the Midland RockHounds in total control of tonight's game. 14-6 score. The RockHounds have rallied twice for 6 runs in the 3rd inning and the 8th inning. Once to erase a 2-0 Travelers lead and take a 6-2 advantage of their own. And the second 6-run inning basically puts the game away. Travs had rallied to within 2 runs with a 3-spot in the 6th inning, but with 6 runs scoring in the top of the 8th, Midland has put this game pretty far out of reach. However, who knows what might happen with this team. Bert Snow is removed from the game after an inning and 2/3, and the RockHounds bring in righty Shane Bazell to pitch the 8th. Bazell makes his 3rd appearance. 1 save, 5 in the 3rd inning, 3 hits, no walks, and 9 strikeouts. Jeff Mathis stands in to lead off. He's 0 for 3 today. First pitch swing, a ground ball to 3rd. Kean makes the play way off the line. Fire across, 1 pitch. 1 out in the 8th. Espedo next, and then Rudy Gomez. Snow allowed 1 run. It is earned in an inning and 2/3. 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 1 base hit. But Snow retired the last 4 batters he faced. And most importantly, struck out Tommy Murphy to end the 6th inning. Espedo fouls one at the plate, strike 1. Hand over the head windup. And Espedo takes the slider inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Espedo walked in the 2nd. Was called out on strikes in the 4th. Singled and scored in the 6th inning. So he's 1 for 2. Left-handed batter takes ball 2 high. 2-1. Smith still throws in the Travs bullpen. Right now, Midland not warming anybody up. 2-1 pitch to Espedo, high and outside, ball 3. Long look for the pitcher, and Bazell to the plate. Espedo pops it up behind 3rd. Gomez chasing it from shortstop, and he'll make the catch in short left field. 2 outs. That's 6 batters in a row up and down for the Arkansas Travelers. Here comes Rudy Gomez, who has scored 2 runs today, a triple as well, 1 walk, 1 for 2. Midland 14, Arkansas 6. Gomez will take a high breaking ball inside and high. 1 ball, no strike. The 1-0, and Rudy takes it in the dirt, ball 2. Trav affiliate in Salt Lake postponed today. They were supposed to be taking on the Tacoma Rainiers. Salt Lake could probably use a day off. They have been struggling. Pitch outside to Rudy, ball 3. Although Salt Lake won yesterday, they had just finished a 4-game losing streak and have fallen 2 games out of first. Strike at the knees of Gomez, 3-1. Trav's California League affiliate in Rancho Cucamonga trail Lake Elsinore 2-0. A strike of the knees of Rudy, 3-2. The Quakes also struggling at 12-15, 6.5 outs. Foul ball off the right side. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Rudy Gomez. Tonight the Angels Hosting Tampa Bay, they lead the D-Rays 1-0. Gomez will take a walk as the 3-2 pitch is outside. John Lackey looking at even his record. He's at 2-3 right now after picking up consecutive wins. Lackey's shattering 2 hits over 4 shutout innings so far. Jack of all trades, Sean Figgins starting in center field. Yesterday, Sean started at third base. Figgy hadn't played much third since he was with the Travelers at the end of the 2001 season. And he's been hitting so darn well at the major leagues that the Angels want to get him in the lineup every chance they can, so they had him start at third base. Right to Casey Smith right down the middle. Casey 1 for 3, a single on the second. Midland holds a comfortable lead, 14-6. Shane Bazell's pitch, a slider down towards short. Gomez is there to field it. Goes a long way to first base, and the arm is good, and that'll end the Travs' 8th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left. Take our game into the 9th inning, and Little Rock and the RockHounds lead the Travs 14-6. Back after this.
Tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Solid lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
You're bored. Nothing to do. Nothing on the tube. The same old blah, blah, blah. Arkansas Travelers Baseball is here for its new season. Great professional baseball, great food, and the most affordable entertainment in Arkansas. So get off your seat and get out of the house for baseball and a whole lot more. Look for special promotions and free tickets at local retailers for the best deal in town. Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Call 664-1555 or log on to Travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. KDXE, North Little Rock.
Top of the ninth now here in Little Rock, and the Midland RockHounds lead the Travs 14-6. Totals after 8, all in favor of the Midland RockHounds. 14 runs, 15 hits, and 2 errors for the Hounds. The Travs at 6 runs on 8 hits and 3 errors. Travelers have recorded 10 or more base hits 9 games in a row. And right now, that's of course, that streak really doesn't matter at all. You just want to win ball games, but this has really been an unexpected game, especially with the Travs taking a 2-0 lead in the first and seemingly very comfortable against the pitcher Mike Oakwith. But Oakwith settled down. Meanwhile, Travs starter Rich Fisher had another poor showing, allowing a 6-run rally in the third, 2 unearned runs scored on him in the 5th inning. Midland put the game out of reach with 6 runs in the 8th. Now Cliff Smith comes on to pitch in the 9th inning. Smith has had a tough struggle of late. First pitch he'll throw, swing and a miss by Brian Sellier. Sellier began the 8th inning 6-run rally by being hit with a pitch. Stole second and scored on a single by Francis Gomez. Righty on lefty here as Smith comes from the right side. He replaces Marco Sullivan. He got 2/3 of an inning and allowed 3 runs. The pitch fouled off. Strike 2 to Sellier. Following Sellier is second baseman John McCurdy, and then the Midland shortstop Francis Gomez. Smith's ERA up to 6.97 in 8 games. The tall right-hander's 0-2 pitch is high and outside, ball 1. Right-hander throwing in the Arkansas pen, that's Cam Esslinger. In case Smith is unable to get 3 outs here in the 9th inning. And it's been a tough charge for Cliff to go out and get outs recently. The last 7 runs in his last 3 innings. 1-2 pitch called strike 3 on the outside corner. Celia's shoulders slump, and he just stands at home plate, showing up the umpire. And Celia continues to mutter to Galloway as he walks back into the third base dugout. 1 out in the 9th, and John McCurdy at the plate. McCurdy is 3 for 4 today. First pitch inside, ball 1. McCurdy singled and scored in the 3rd inning, crossed the plate for the first time for Midland today. Singled and scored in the 8th. The 1-0, a called strike at the knees, 1-1. When we get to the bottom of the 9th inning and the Travs behind at least by 8 runs, then the top of the order to the plate, Kayaspo, then Murphy and Kochman. So at least Koch will have a chance to stretch a hitting streak to 10 games, but he needs a hit. The 1-1, swing and a fly ball to center. Got it well. Murphy chasing it towards the warning track, and he cannot run it down. Ball hits the fence. It'll be extra bases for McCurdy. His 4th hit of the game as he pulls into second. 16th hit for Midland today. The RockHounds have surpassed their season highs in base hits and runs. Previous highs were 14 hits and 12 runs. Tonight they've scored 14 runs on 16 hits. Francis Gomez is 1 for 3, an RBI single in the 8th inning, and he'll take a first pitch strike. The Travs team ERA in the month of May is over 7 now. If they lose this game, it'll be their 2nd loss of the month. The 0-1 to Gomez hangs, it's high, ball 1. Travs team ERA in April, a nice cool 2.81. Better by any other team ERA in the Texas League by over a run. And here in the month of May, pitching has started to scuffle. Gomez jammed on a pitch, but he bloops it to right field for a base hit. It hugs the line. It'll be a double for Gomez, and McCurdy scores the 15th Midland run. RBI double for Francis Gomez down the right field line. 2nd double of the year. 2nd RBI of the game, and 9th on the season. Freddie Bynum has a chance to collect his 4th base hit. And he fouls off the first pitch for a strike. John McCurdy entered today's game batting .211. He's 4 for 5. Freddie Bynum entered today's game .303, and he's 3 for 5. Pair of doubles, 2 runs knocked in, 2 runs scored. Smith 0-1. Freddie takes ball 1, high and away. Many of the 4,200 plus paying customers have already found the exit. A few of the kids that have stuck around ready to run the bases, but they've still got a ways to go. Bynum swings and misses at the 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. Bynum will focus here. Any batter likes a 4-hit ball game. And Smith to the belt, and here's the pitch. High and outside. Cliff having a lot of trouble just putting batters away. A very tall, long-legged pitcher. Smith throws in the high 80s, a good curveball, but misses high and outside with his 2-2 fastball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. All 4 Traveler pitchers tonight are struggling. Fisher, Collazo, O'Sullivan, and Smith. Smithy 3-2, fouls back. Bynum got a piece of the pitch. Stays alive at full. Midland scoring 1 run here in the 9th inning, and they lead by 9, 15-6. It's 3-2, and he strikes out Bynum swinging on a fastball. Got one by him at the knees. Cliff able to put that in a hitter zone, but he's got enough to get it by Freddie. Second strikeout of the inning for Cliff Smith. His 9th strikeout on the season. 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Here's Jason Perry. Perry's knocked in 3 runs, a sac fly in the 3rd, 2-run single in the 8th. Smith at the stretch, first pitch low, a strike on the inside corner. Perry turned away from that pitch, doesn't like the call. Perry sac fly in the 3rd inning time, the game is 3. With Weber's 3-run homer providing, so far, the go-ahead blast. The line drive foul to right. Strike 2, 0-2 on Perry. Smith looks to send the game to the bottom of the 9th. And here's his 0-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Cotrin gives way to the second baseman, Rudy Gomez, and Rudy on the infield grass hustles in to make the catch, and that'll end the 9th. 1 run scores for Midland on 2 hits, and 1 man left on the bases. We go to the bottom of the 9th, and the RockHounds ahead of the Travs, 15-6. This is the ticket, Total Sports 1380.
Top Shoes has the largest selection and the lowest prices on shoes and boots for the entire family. Choose from a large selection. Rocky, Red Wing, Justin, Wolverine, Chippewa, and Carolina. Hunting boots, hiking boots, work boots, steel toes, metatarsal guards, linesman, electrical hazard, ESC, and uniform boots. Boots with Thinsulate, Gore-Tex, and Cross-Tech blood and chemical-resistant boots. At Top Shoes, we have your boots. Join our Top Shoes Tip-Top Shoppers Club and receive free shoes.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Drive into Sonic today for our new Chicken Club wrap made with grilled all-white meat chicken, crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, and juicy ripe tomato with shredded cheese and light ranch dressing. And for those counting carbs, it's now available with our new carb-friendly tortilla. Either way you order it, it's a fresh new way to get more taste. Sonic's new Chicken Club wrap. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
What's up, Sprite Remix drinkers? Jermaine the Trick, and I'm bringing you that remix, man. Down south flavor. Taste this.
I like that taste, but Swiss Pizza's gonna give y'all a different flavor. East Coast style, check it out. Sprite Remix, they're doing it again with brand new Sprite Remix Very Clear. Out with tropical flavor, in with the crisp taste of berry. New Sprite Remix Very Clear. Rethink, remix, refresh.
Last chance for the Arkansas Travelers to getting back to this ball game. They're trailing by 9 runs, 15-6. Tough order. The Travs have rallied for 9 runs once this season. Their highest run output in 1 inning this year. Alberto Callaspo will lead off in the 9th against James Zell, who comes in for his 2nd inning of relief work. Callaspo doubled in 2 runs in the 6th inning, the last time Arkansas scored. And Callaspo's double was the last time the Travs had a base hit. Alberto is 2 for 4, and he takes a first pitch strike down the middle. Mike Oquist in line for the victory with 5 in the 3rd inning. Snow took it for an inning and 2/3 there, and Mizell looking to close it down. A foul ball by Cayaspo. 0-2. Alberto takes high and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Travs haven't collected less than 10 hits in a game out of their last 9 games. 1-2 in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Travs haven't been held to 6 runs since they lost to El Paso 16-5, May 1st. Cayaspo sends a foul ball sprayed out of play. Still 2-2. Overhead windup, and Mizell fastball is hit up the middle and gloved by the shortstop Gomez in back of second base. A very nice play, and he throws Cayaspo out. 1 gone in the 9th inning, and Alberto will finish the game 2 for 5. Here's Tommy Murphy. Murphy has hit the ball very well today, though only 1 base hit to show for it. The first inning, he ripped a line drive off the right field fence, only managed a single. But in the 3rd and 5th innings, he lined out to infielders, struck out in the 6th, leaving a runner on scoring position. Tommy takes the pitch downstairs, ball 1. Midland 15, Arkansas 6. In the last of the 9th inning, Murphy sends a foul ball out of play for strike 1. The 1-1 pitch to Murphy. Mizell's curveball, too much low and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. No save situation for Mizell. That's why Mabius didn't come in. There's a strike on the inside corner. Murphy thumps his shoulder. Kicks some dirt around the batter circle, disagreeing with the home plate umpire's call. This will not be the first game that the Travs disagree with Rodney Galloway, and I remember last season, Galloway threw out Dallas McPherson and Chief Comstock in 1 game. Murphy swings and misses at a breaking ball. Strike 3. 2 away in the 9th. And Casey Kotzman standing in. Kotzman on a 9-game hitting streak. Entering today's game, his average was .375. However, today he's gone 0 for 4. Kotz hasn't gone 0 for 5 yet this year. He'll take the first pitch low and away, ball 1. The pitch to Kotzman, a line drive to center, and Kotzman gets that base hit. So Casey Kotzman is the first Travs to reach a 10-game hitting streak in the 2004 season. And one of 9 Texas leaguers to get to that level this year. Is Dallas McPherson 2 outs. In the bottom of the 9th, and Arkansas behind 15-6. McPherson will take ball 1 inside. Dallas' single in the 1st inning scored Alberto Cayaspo and put the Travs ahead 1-0. Since then, McPherson has reached on an error, grounded out and flied out as he takes ball 2 outside. Dallas fouls the 2-0 pitch back to the screen. 2-1. Mizell coming with a fastball on Mr. McPherson's hand. Two balls and a strike. The pitch from Mizell is fouled away. McPherson swinging at another fastball and just got a beat. Fans, be sure to stay tuned for the Allstate Insurance post-game report immediately following the final out of tonight's game. 2-2 pitch. McPherson swings and fouls it at home plate. Just a little piece of the baseball McPherson got. Bad news coming out of San Antonio. The Wranglers rallied for 4 runs in the 6th, and they lead in San Antonio 4-1. McPherson swings, pulls one outside of first foul. So if the Travs lose here and Wichita holds on to that lead, Arkansas will be in first place by only a game and a half ahead of the Wranglers. At least through the better part of the first half in the 2004 Texas League season, looks like we are in for a hot race. McPherson grounds to first, picked up by Jackson, flipped to the pitcher at first base to win the game. And the Midland RockHounds with an impressive 15-6 beating of the Travs tonight at Ray Winder Field. Travs' winning streak is ended at 4 consecutive. Rich Fisher takes his 3rd consecutive loss. Another poor showing for Rich. Travs fall to 17-10, while the RockHounds move to 11-16. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the Allstate Insurance post-game report here on the Ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Americans are used to paying a little more for convenience. $5 extra for the guy to bring the pizza to your house. A higher price tag on the aspirin at the convenience store. But Allstate actually charges you less to make things more convenient. If you insure your house and your car with Allstate, you'll save money. Up to 10% off the auto bill and 15% off the home insurance. If you ever need to use that insurance, you'll have the convenience of having only one agent to call. The Allstate home and auto discounts. More convenient, more reasonable. You shouldn't have to pay more for convenience. That's Allstate's stand. Are you in good hands?
Find out. Visit your local Allstate agent. Call 1-800-ALLSTATE or click on Allstate.com. Allstate, proud sponsor of the 2004 U.S. Olympic team. Discounted insurance offered only with select companies and subject to availability and qualifications. Discount amounts may be lower. Allstate Insurance Company and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
It started just like fun, socially. A sweet potato here, a churro there. I mean, what's the big deal? Just a few carbohydrates, right? But then the craving started. Crackers, pancakes, toast points, it didn't matter as long as it had carbs. I started ignoring my friends and family unless they had just made lasagna. Luckily, that's what my bartender told me about Miller Lite. With half the carbs of Bud Light, you can enjoy a great tasting, less filling beer without having to ride the C train. Don't let carbs ruin your life. Miller, good call.
For 12 ounces, Miller Lite contains 3.2 grams carbohydrates. Bud Light contains 6.6 grams. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Tonight for the Arkansas Travelers, they fall to the Midland RockHounds 15-6 at Ray Winder Field. RockHounds and Travs have split the first 2 games of this 4-game series. Phil Elson here with you, and welcome to the Allstate Insurance postgame report. You deserve a relationship with a real person. That's Allstate's stand. Are you in good hands? Allstate. Travs took an early lead against former Razorback Mike Oquist. Alberto Cayalpo started the first inning with a double to left field. Tommy Murphy lined a single off the right field fence, but Cayalpo could only reach third base on the play. After Casey Cochran lined out to second, Dallas McPherson singled to the hole at first, which brought in Cayalpo. Travs scored for the 9th time in 10 games in the first inning. Nick Gorneau then sent a high drive deep to center. It was caught by Freddie Bynum leaping up against the fence. And on that fine sacrifice fly, Murphy scored from third base for a 2-0 lead. McPherson was doubled off at first, and the Travs would go scoreless until the 4th. By that time, Midland had already put up a huge third inning. Rich Fisher retired the minimum, or faced the minimum through the first 2 innings. Then with 1 out in the third, all heck started breaking loose. John McCurdy singled. Gomez worked a walk-off Fisher, and Freddie Bynum doubled to right field to bring in Midland's first run. Next batter, Jason Perry tied the game with a sac fly to center. John Baker worked a walk from Fisher, and Mark Teehan singled to right, which brought in Bynum for the go-ahead run. John Weber provided the big base hit, a 3-run homer, capping the 6-run third inning, and Midland had a 6-2 lead after 3 innings of work. Travs started to come back in the 4th inning off of Oquist, a 2-out triple by Rudy Gomez. He would score when Casey Smith's grounder was muffed at short. by Francis Gomez, so that brought in the Trav's third run, trailing by 3. Midland scored 2 more runs in the top of the 5th against Fisher, both unearned after 2 outs. John Baker singled up the middle. Mark Teehan then doubled to right field, and with Nick Gorneau throwing wild to the infield, that allowed Baker to score from third base. Sent Teehan to third. Next batter, Weber hit a ground ball to the shortstop, but Casey Smith flubbed it, and another one. 2 errors in the 5th inning. 4-2 unearned runs, and the RockHounds had an 8-3 lead. Travs came back for 3 runs in the 6th inning. Nick Gorneau, the leadoff double off the center field fence, his 9th double of the year, went to third on a ground out. Nick went to third on a ground out and scored on Jason Espedo's base hit between first and second. That knocked Oakwood from the ball game. Bert Snow came on in relief and walked Rudy Gomez. Casey Smith on a bouncing ball to first base retired at first for the second out. Alberto Caiapo knocked in 2 runs with a double off the right field fence. Brought the Travs to within 2 runs, but Tommy Murphy struck out swinging to end the threat, and the Travs would go scoreless for the remainder of the ball game. Meanwhile, Midland put the game away in the 8th against Willie Collazo and Marco Sullivan. With 1 out, Collazo hit Brian Sellier with a pitch. He then stole second, took third on John McCurdy's base hit to left. Sellier would score the first run of the inning on a Gomez single to right field. That knocked Collazo out of the ball game. Marco Sullivan came on, and he didn't have any much better success, allowing an RBI double to Freddie Bynum, 2-run single to Jason Terry. John Baker doubled, moved to third in a pass ball, and scored on the sacrifice fly. Midland would also add another run in the 9th for the 15-6 final score. The official totals for tonight: Midland 15 runs on 17 hits, 2 errors, 5 runners left on. The Travs scored 6 runs on 9 hits, 3 errors, 7 runners left on base. Mike Oakwith earns the win. He's 1-1. Fisher suffers a loss, drops to 2-4. No save in the ball game. The Travs record drops to 17-10. Midland to 11 wins and 16 losses. We'll take a break and return with the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard here on the Allstate Insurance postgame show on the Ticket. Total Sports 1380.
What's up, y'all? Let's see it and talk about dating. Because dating is like fights. Think about it. First you got men out on the prowl. They travel in Texas City, just like fights. And then you got girls. Girls can be cold. But the colder they are, the more you want them. Just like Sprite. And then comes the kissing. That's just refreshing, y'all. Again, just like a crisp, thirst-quenching Sprite. Singers, what's my motto?
Oh, baby, up there.
Hey, sir.
What up, baby pop? Oh, got to go. Thirst out.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Drive into Sonic today for our new Chicken Club wrap made with grilled all-white meat chicken, crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, and juicy ripe tomato with shredded cheese and light ranch dressing. And for those counting carbs, it's now available with our new carb-friendly tortilla. Either way you order it, it's a fresh new way to get more taste. Sonic's new Chicken Club wrap. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Welcome back to Ray Winder Field. Here's Phil Elson with you as we get back into our Allstate Insurance postgame report, brought to you by Allstate, where they think you deserve a relationship with a real person. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands? Well, the Travs lose today by the final score of 15-6. Let's see how this affects Arkansas in the Texas League standings. Certainly won't help the ball club as Tulsa shuts out Round Rock 2-0 on 3 base hits. Jeff Francis earned his 4th win of the season. Struck out 11 batters. Ryan Spire earned to save his 9th. Winchester hit his first home run of the season for the Drillers. Tulsa moves to 14-13, 3 games in back of the Travs. Wichita was down 1-0 after the 3rd inning in San Antonio, but the Wranglers rallied for 4 runs in the 6th, and they have a 5-1 lead after 7 innings of play in San Antonio. Frisco was up 11-0 after 2 innings against El Paso. Diablos have only managed 1 run, and it's 11-1 Frisco in the top of the 8th. So it looks like Wichita might pull up a victory. That means they'd be a game and a half in back of the Travelers. Frisco 7 games in back, in Tulsa 3 games off the pace. Looks like the Travs will be the only Texas League East team to lose today. Moving to the major leagues, here are the games that are still in progress. Arizona with a 1-0 lead over Philadelphia in the top of the 6th. Center fielder Steve Finley hit his ninth home run of the season as the Arizona Diamondbacks look to get their 13th win of the year. In the American League, the Yankees are being shut out by Seattle 5-0. Edgar Martinez hit his second homer for the Mariners. Yankees are currently a game and a half in back of Boston. I'll tell you why in a second. Oakland leading Minnesota 5-3 in the bottom of the fifth. 3 long balls for the Athletics. First of the year for Eric Karros and Bobby Kilkey. Third baseman Eric Chavez connects on his ninth of the season. Anaheim up on the Tampa Bay Devil Rays 1-0. That's in the bottom of the 6th inning. Former Traveler John Lackey with a fine start. 6 innings, allowing only 2 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. He's looking for his 3rd consecutive win. And the top of the 10th inning, Baltimore and Cleveland tied at 2. Rafael Palmeiro hits the only home run of that ball game, his 4th. Now to the final scores in the American League. Boston comes from behind to beat Kansas City 7-6. 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th for the Red Sox. 3 in the bottom of the 9th as they beat Kansas City. And that'll give Boston a 2-game edge on the Yanks in the American League East. Home runs for the Red Sox. Mark Bellhorn tied it with a 2-run shot in the 9th. Johnny Damon added a solo shot, his 2nd of the year. Mike Timlin got the win. Mike McDougal suffered the loss. Blue Jays over the White Sox 5-4 at Skydome. Toronto wins their 3rd game in a row. They're now 11-18. Terry Adams the win. Former Traveler Cliff Police takes the loss. Hinsky hit his 4th home run for the Jays. Hudson hit his 3rd. Miguel Olivo goes yard for the 3rd time in the losing cause for the Pale Hose. Final in Texas. Rangers fall to Detroit 8-7. Ivan Rodriguez, a triumphant return to now Ameriquest Field in Arlington. Carlos Guillen and Bobby Higginson also with home runs. Michael Young hit his 6th long ball for the Rangers. Al Levine was the winner. Iggy Urbina saved his 3rd. And Texas, right now tied with Anaheim for first in the American League West. That will depend, however, on how the Angels do against the Devil Rays later today. In the National League, these ones are finals. Cubs all over the Rockies 11-0. Carlos Zambrano with a 2-hit shutout for his 3rd win. Sean Hester absorbs the loss and drops to 4-2. Cardinals fall in Montreal 4-2. Matt Morris gives up 4 runs in the 1st inning and suffers his 3rd loss. Brad Wilkerson and Termel Sledge hit home runs for the Expos. Sun Woo Kim picks up win number 2. Rocky Pillow allowed a run in the 9th for his 6th save. Cardinals got a homer from Colin Porter, former outfielder for the Round Rock Express. Elsewhere in the National League, the Pirates blanked by Wilson Alvarez and the Los Angeles Dodgers 4-0. The Dodgers send the Pirates to their 4th straight loss. Alvarez went 7 innings. He gets his 1st win. Jose Hernandez beats his former ball club with 2 homers, and Oliver Perez took the loss, drops to 2-1. 6-1 win for the Giants in Cincinnati. San Francisco ends a 3-game losing streak. Kirk Reeder earned his 1st win of the season. Matt Herges saved his 10th. Pedro Feliz hit his 4th home run of the year. Houston beating Atlanta 5-3 as the Astros win their 4th straight. They'll stay 2 games ahead of Chicago in the NL Central. Tim Redding pitched for his 1st win of the season. Jeff Kent hit his 6th home run. Octavio Dotel earned his 5th save. Houston got a 3-hit game from Lance Berkman and from Jeff Kent, as again they win their 4th game in a row. Last final score, this one comes out of Shea Stadium. Actually, this won't be the last final score, the second to last. Mets lose to Milwaukee 7-5. Ben Grieve, Keith Skinner, and Lyle Overbay hit a home run for the Brew Crew. Former Traveler Joe McEwing hit his 1st home run for the Mets, but New York has their 4-game winning streak snapped. And our last final score comes Florida as the Marlins defeat San Diego 3-1. That'll put the Marlins 3.5 ahead of 2nd place Atlanta and 4 ahead of New York. Carl Pavano picked up his 3rd win against 1 loss. Mike Lowell backed a couple of long balls for the Marlins. Armando Benitez picked up his Major League leading 12th save of the year. You are now up to date across the Major Leagues and the Texas League, thanks to Southwest Airlines and the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Don't forget that Southwest Airlines is your gateway to 60 destinations across the United States, and you can only get their low fares online at www.southwest.com. We'll come back for a final word after this break on the Allstate Insurance postgame show here on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
That tailgate guy, we all know him. He's the guy whose car is always way too close for comfort. He honks. He flashes his beam. Now, sure, you can teach him a lesson by slamming on your brakes, but you're a safe driver. So you let him pass, hoping that somewhere down the road, a little speed trap is waiting to greet him. You see, you know that it's people like that tailgate guy that cause accidents. Accidents that can raise everyone's insurance rates. At Allstate, they think you deserve to be rewarded for not stooping to his level. So if you've got a safe record, Allstate can save you up to 25% off your auto insurance. Safe drivers cost everyone less. They should pay less. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
For more information, visit your local Allstate agent. Call 1-800-ALLSTATE or click on Allstate.com. Allstate, proud sponsor of the 2004 U.S. Olympic team. Discount on insurance offered only with select companies and subject to availability and qualifications. Discount amount may be lower and applies to most major coverages. Allstate Insurance Company and Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Synonymous. Words alike in significance and meaning, like summer and baseball. Baseball and Ray Winter Field. Ray Winter Field and hot dogs. Hot dogs and Coca-Cola. Yes, Coke is joining the Travs All-Star lineup this summer right alongside the future Anaheim Angels wearing the Travelers uniform. Enjoy the best value in family entertainment in Central Arkansas. Ray Winter Field, the Arkansas Travelers, and Coke. 3 summer classics. Call 664-1555 or visit our website at travs.com.
Welcome back to Ray Winter Field as we wrap up the broadcast on the Allstate Insurance postgame show. The Midland RockHounds put a beating on the Travs tonight by the final score of 15-6, and these totals are the officials. Midland scores 15 runs, 17 hits, both their highest outputs in those totals this season, 2 errors. And Midland left 5 runners on base. The Travs scored 6 runs on 9 hits, 3 errors, 7 runners left on. Mike Oakwith is the winning pitcher. It's his first win in affiliated baseball in over 2 years. Meanwhile, it'll be Rich Fisher suffering his 4th loss of the season, drops to 2-4. Fisher's dropped 3 consecutive ball games, no save today. Game was played in 3 hours and 9 minutes. The paid attendance, 4,254 at Ray Winter Field. Travs had some really rough pitching lines today. Fisher goes 5 innings, allowing 8 runs, 6 of them earned on 8 base hits. Collazo 3 earned runs in 2 1/3 innings. Marco Sullivan 3 runs in 2/3 of an inning. And Chris Smith also allowed 1 run in 1 inning of work. Travs offensively 9 base hits. First time in their last 9 games that they have not collected at least 10 base hits. Caiapo, the only Trav with double-digit hits, he has 2. Casey Cochran did collect a 9th inning single to stretch his hitting streak to 10 ball games. When Midland had the big night, John McCurdy 4 for 5 with 3 runs scored. Jonathan Weber was 1 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Jason Perry knocked in 3. Freddie Bynum had 3 base hits. But today's BC Powder player of the game will be John McCurdy, who went 4 for 5 with 3 runs scored. Congratulations to McCurdy, named the BC Powder player of the game. BC Powder is the official pain reliever of the Arkansas Travelers. Gets into your system fast and it goes to work fast. BC Powder, used as directed. Game 3 of the series is tomorrow night here at Ray Winter Field. Left-hander Eric Sear takes the Texas League best 113 earned run average and a 3-0 record to the mound against right-hander Ben Fritz. Fritz 1-1 and a 4.94 ERA. Don't forget, fans, you can pick up your $3 discount tickets at any Shell Central Arkansas gas station, or if you're a man over the age of 40, you can be tested for prostate cancer outside the ballpark at the mobile testing unit provided by the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation. Any man who gets tested at the mobile testing unit before or during the game will receive a free ticket to the Travs ball game. And we certainly want to see you guys come out and get tested. Just one time a year can save your life. First 700 adults receive a free Shreveport Swamp Dragons baseball cap. Kids run the bases after the game as well. First pitch is 7:10. The gates will open at 6:10. We'll have our ITT Tech pregame show at 6:50 here on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. Big thanks to Hannah Ryan back at the studios. This is Phil Elson. So long from Ray Winter Field, where tonight the Travs have their 4-game winning streak snapped by the Midland RockHounds. Final score, Midland 50.